has begun. Veteran quarterback Jim Plunkett has been here before, and after winning 8 of their last 9, the Raiders are in the thick of the AFC race. It's the Raiders and Eagles, this time from the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. The Raiders come in today trailing the Broncos by 1 game in their bid to successfully defend their title. On the other hand, the Eagles are in the basement along with the St. Louis Cardinals. At least 2 teams will come out of this division into the playoffs. That would be the Giants and the Washington Redskins. Today the weather is just spectacular. Temperature at kickoff time, 80 degrees. Hi everybody, I'm Gary Bender along with the coach Hank STRAM. And Hank, the Raiders started out, they were 0-3. I think the Broncos had left them for dead, but they've gradually battled their way back in. I think it shows they're a good team under adversity.
Well, their history has always been that, Gary. I think really they're a much better adversity team than they are a prosperity team. They don't stand prosperity very well.
Eagles, on the other hand, they've lost 4 games by a total of 12 points. This is their 5th straight losing season. You'd think they wouldn't want to play a team like the Raiders, but yet they think it's going to be fun to play the Raiders today.
Well, I think they want to play the Raiders because they think they are a tough team, and they know the Raiders are. It's going to be like watching Mike Tyson fight Mike Tyson. There's going to be a lot of heavy hitting, a lot of heavy blows, and a final analysis. It'll be a big play game, and I think the team that will be able to secure the best, pass block the better of the 2 teams, will eventually win this game.
Well, Hank, you talk about security. The Eagles have not given. McFadden will be kicking off for the Eagles. This is Fulton Walker, number 41, bringing it out to the 20 to the 25-yard line, and Los Angeles will set it up there. The Raiders directed by the 38-year veteran Jim Plunkett, who in 5 days will be 39, the oldest quarterback in the NFL. And this is what he will face defensively. Reggie White, he is a force in the league at that defensive end spot. The linebacking Gary Cobb, who played here in the Coliseum for the Trojans of USC. And Roynell Young, in the estimation of Buddy Ryan, the best he's been around in his years in the NFL. He's been playing superbly. Just short of the 25, that's where Plunkett and the Raiders will set it up. In motion goes Barksdale. They're going to give to Marcus Allen, and Allen will get to the 28-yard line. A pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. The Raider offense, well, Allen is feeling the best he's felt in a long time. He's been plagued by ankle problems for 2 months. And up front, Don Mosbar, watch him. They think he's the best center in the NFL right now. And Todd Christensen, with 4 catches today, would have 80 for the year. That would be the 4th straight year he's had 80 or more receptions in a season.
Right off the bat, you can tell how much they respect that middle of the Raider line. Reggie White is playing on the nose of the center instead of the left end position. Now he's back out at left end. He was on the nose in the first play.
He'll be moving around. And moving around is Marcus Allen, but he's tripped up. Excellent job by the middle linebacker, Mike Reichenbach. Reichenbach, 55 over to make the stop. It'll bring up 3rd down now. 7 yards to go for Los Angeles. Hank, despite the fact this team has been losing, they're 3-9, their defense has played tough, especially the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, they have a very tough, aggressive philosophy, the same one that, Buddy used with the Chicago Bears. And I guarantee you, everybody that plays them have a lot of respect for the way they're playing defensively. They're getting better offensively, but this is a young team they'll have to contend with in the future.
Buddy Ryan's team now has the Raiders to a 3rd and 7. In motion comes Barksdale. Plunkett. Protection is there. A flag on the play. And he overshoots Marcus Allen at the 40-yard line, but a penalty flag thrown at the line of scrimmage.
And that's the kind of a game we're going to see here, Gary. We're going to see a lot of big play opportunities.
Punt all that well a week ago Thursday. He had a 28 and a 7-yarder. We'll punt to this man, Greg Garrity. The veteran hit it, but not exceptionally well. Garrity, having some traffic and trouble, comes up with it. There's a penalty flag thrown. Garrity had people flying by him. Good concentration on his part after a 35-yard punt.
You mentioned Ray Guy. I don't think he's kicking quite as aggressively as he used to in the past. I don't think he's bringing his leg up nearly as high as he used to. He used to come way up above his head. It still comes up high, but not as high as it used to be, and I think really that's the difference. That time, of course, he didn't have much of a chance.
Number 33.
For the first time, and here's an exciting player. Randall Cunningham, 2nd-year man out of University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Sends in motion. The tight end Spagnola. Junior Toddle Atasi starting in place of the rookie Keith Byers, picks up a yard, and that's all. Let's look now at the Raiders defensively. Howie Long is back after a 2-game absence, and they are concerned where he lines up. He'll move all along that defensive line. Jerry Robinson playing against his former teammates, traded a year ago to the Raiders from Philadelphia. And back deep, Mike Haynes. The Eagles talked about him all day yesterday. They said he's like a shadow out there. He's such a great technician at that defensive back spot.
And talking about a shadow, you're going to have somebody shadowing Cunningham most of the afternoon because he's a runner.
Problems with the snap. Cunningham has to get on top of it. He and Matt Darwin, one of the many young players up front in this offensive line, not making the connection. Let's look at the rest of this Eagle offense. We mentioned Darwin, he's a rookie. Baker is the only veteran up front, the only guy that started every game at an offensive line spot. 3rd down 10 for the Eagles. Cunningham, the blitz, he is buried. That's Jeff Barnes, 56. And that is the lack of protection security, coach, you were talking about.
That's right, and that time Howie Long was lined up on the nose of the center, and they think they can do some business against Darwin, their center. And he got good penetration, too, talking about Howie Long, number 75. And their defense takes on a different personality completely when he's in the game, plus the fact they use him at left end, left tackle, and nose man. He plays all 5 positions at different times during the course of the game.
Coach, they did some business there. Fulton Walker will go back to receive the punt from John Telchik. Walker, who for so many years did an outstanding job for Don Shula and the Miami Dolphins. Not an exceptionally high kick. To the 30-yard line comes Walker. 35, 40, 45, 50. He's to the 40 of the Eagles. The 30. He may go all the way.
School is out. School is out.
Fulton Walker. Walker, who last year led the NFL in punt return yardage, just went 70 yards with that one. We welcome those of you who have been watching the Vikings and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just a moment ago, this guy, Fulton Walker, went 70 yards on the first punt of the game to give the Los Angeles Raiders a 6-0 lead. Chris Barr to add the point after. 7-0 now the score.
And Stacy Turan made a nice block. Here you see Walker catch the ball number high, going down the left sideline. Let's see if we can see the block by Stacy Turan. We don't. But anyway, he makes a quick decision, goes right down the sideline, goes all the way for the touchdown. They change the scoreboard, 70 yards. Walker coming back. Here you see him. There you see a block by, there you saw it on the left corner of your picture, Stacy Turan making a key block. But here's Fulton Walker coming down the sideline with the ball in the wrong arm, but it doesn't make any difference. It's good for distance.
I was going to say, they're going to give him 6 points anyway, right?
That's right.
Doesn't matter. You know what was interesting about that play, Coach, was it was a low kick, and it gave Walker time to get up the field.
It was on a trolley line, no question about it. It was a low kick, a frozen rope, and anytime you get one like that, you've always got a chance to get back there and make a big play, and they certainly took advantage of the situation there.
Well, Buddy Ryan says every week we have found a different way to lose, and I'm sure he didn't like what just developed in front of him. That is the longest return by a Raider since '84 when Cleo Montgomery went 69 yards on a punt return against the Detroit Lions. So 7-0. And Hank, when you're not winning, when you're 3-9, you've lost 4 in a row by a total of 12. You don't need this kind of adversity early.
Well, no, and it's tough to play catch-up football against a team like the Raiders because they're so good defensively. They slacked a little bit without Howie Long, but he's back in the lineup. It'll be interesting to see what happens from here on in the rest of the afternoon, but they put a lot of pressure on you.
Kicking off is Barr. Catalatasi will be bringing it out for the Eagles. He'll get to the 18-yard line, and that's all. And so Philadelphia will have the football for the second time.
The excitement of a professional athlete. He talked really like a young high school kid playing in his first big game.
He is a scary football player. He can cause a lot of problems. But right now his team trailing 7-0. Cunningham trying to get something started. Tries to hit Kenny Jackson. And at the 30-yard line, it's incomplete because Lester Hayes, who is as physical as any cornerback in the NFL, over there and made sure that connection was not made.
He loves the challenge of one-on-one, bump and run defense. Lester Hayes, number 37. And he said yesterday at practice, he said, you know, trying to get a shot at a receiver coming off the line of scrimmage, I try to hit him with a good shot on his left arm with my right hand, and then watch his eyes and watch his hands as far as coverage is concerned.
You can see his next interception will tie Willie Brown, the Hall of Famer. This time, nothing developing. Tatalatasi was swarmed for a loss inside the 15-yard line. Great reaction by Bill Pickell, the nose guard. And Hank, you said it very well. They just come after you, especially when they get a lead.
Oh, they really do, and they're so aggressive, and a lot of people say they intimidate you, and they do a lot of teams. The one thing that Buddy Ryan felt coming into the game, I just want this young team to be tough and stand up and fight them. What happens, you know, we naturally want to win the game, but we want to fight them and react to the fight, and it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to that challenge this afternoon physically.
Right now, they're on the ropes a little bit. Third down coming up, long yardage, 3rd and 13. Cunningham with good protection, excellent protection. Up the field, and the catch is almost made by Jackson. Lester Hayes is there again. Twice now, Hayes has been on top of Jackson, that time preventing a long completion from Cunningham to Jackson.
Here's Jackson coming off the line of scrimmage, 81. He doesn't get a bump. Lester Hayes, he's just running with him. He's watching him. Now he takes a peek for the ball, which he doesn't do very often, and he loses a step, and the ball is right up on top, and it looked like it should have been caught. It came right over the top, but Lester Hayes made contact right about the time he was making the catch, and gets his right hand a little bit close to his neck, and he drops the ball.
I think he obstructed his vision with that hand reaching out there.
I think he did, yeah.
Lester Hayes, who's 15 pounds lighter than a year ago, able to run with him on that play. Here's the punt now by Patrick. Big rush. He got it high. Here's Fulton Walker. What if he's caught his breath after the last punt return? He will fair catch the ball at the 38-yard line. A 47-yard punt that time by Telchik. So for a second week in a row, Philadelphia's given up a long punt.
Getting better, too. They're doing something, too. With all those losses, they're hanging in there.
Skins putting some pressure on the Giants, who play tomorrow night against San Francisco. First down now at the 38-yard line. Jim Plunkett setting up with the good protection. Near side, and Rod Barksdale can't hang on. So the big play of this game, for those of you who joined us early or late in this game, was this play by Fulton Walker.
And the key really is how decisive he was. He made a move. He got a good block in advance by Stacy Turan, number 30, but he goes all the way for the touchdown, and they go ahead after the extra point, 7-0.
Longest Raider return since 1984. And there he is, Fulton Walker, out of West Virginia. Standing punt returner for the Dolphins, and now for the Raiders. Second down 10 now for Los Angeles.
And Reggie White is playing on the nose of the center to kind of fortify that inside and take care of Mosbar, and they do a good job that time. No real estate on the play.
No real estate because Gary Cobb, 50, was there, stands him up, drives him back. Cobb playing very well for this Philadelphia team. He was the Sports Illustrated Defensive Player of the Week for his play against Atlanta earlier this year. In that game, he had 4 sacks. Looking at his arms, Hank, use one of your expressions, looks like he has helium in those arms.
Yeah, either that or he looks like his legs are hanging out of his sleeves.
He was
pumped up.
He was a weightlifter of the year 3 different times when he was at the Detroit Lions.
He said he went over to the Philly station the other day, got a valve sewn on him, and pumped him up a little bit.
Third down now. 10 yards to go. Plunkett going to go down. Good pressure put on, and they're going to be blown dead. The ball getting loose at the 30-yard line. That was Reggie White, the man that the Raiders were so concerned about. White with 8 sacks coming into this game. You know, they talk about Howie Long. They think this is the next Howie Long and Reggie White season. So it brings up a 4th down. Ray Guy will punt for the second time. 9:31 to go in this first quarter. 7-0 Los Angeles. This time, Guy hits it high. Greg Garrity at the 27. And he does a very good job across the 40 to the 43-yard line before Lyndon King, the former San Diego Charger, over to make the stop. 44-yard punt, an 18-yard return, and the Eagles will have it for the third. They're now going to 7-6 with that victory. First down now.
And they're going to bump and run on the outside. No, they're going to run the ball instead.
Well, they're going to try to run it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, they ran the counter play that time with the off guard and off tackle pulling on the play. They got penetration, and that's the one thing that kills that play is penetration. The Raiders got penetration that time, and for that reason lost some yardage on the play. But I think, Gary, that any time you have bump and run, meaning that the outside receivers are covered on the line of scrimmage, you've got to take a chance of going up on top for the big play. You might make the reception, plus the fact that you might get pass interference, but you got to take advantage of the big play opportunities. They didn't on the last play.
That was Millen and Jerry Robinson who stuffed it for a yard loss. 2nd down, 11. Here's Cunningham. The protection is there. A bullet. It's caught, but they're not going to make very much yardage on that one. Latasi made the catch, but instantly going over there was Jerry Robinson as the Raiders sniffing that one out very well. And boy, that ball was thrown hard that time. It's, I think, a remarkable Latasi was able to hang on to it.
Yeah, I think that's true. And plus the fact that I think Latasi that time was running an option pattern, meaning that he has the option of going outside or inside on the linebacker. In this particular case, Jerry Robinson, number 57. But the ball was thrown right on the money, and he didn't have a chance to do much at all except protect himself and catch it.
3rd down now, 10 yards to go. 2 wideouts to the near side. Jackson along with Mike Quick. That's Quick, 82 in motion. Cunningham's in trouble, and he knew it. Howie Long was there. Also getting there was Stacy Toran, the strong safety. That's the 2nd sack now by the Raiders.
They go after you aggressively, and with the offensive line, with the offense having 73 sacks, look at this. Look at the blitz. Howie Long coming from the outside, and of course Stacy Toran, number 30, coming up the middle from the safety blitz. But we talked about security being the key, and there's a great illustration of you can get people open, but the problem is getting the ball downfield because they rush the passer so well.
Cunningham had been sacked 46 times coming to this game, and he kind of expected that one, didn't he? Kind of curled up in the fetal position before they got there. Get sacked that many times, it has an impact on you. Telchik to Fulton Walker. And Walker will bring it out to the 23, and another penalty flag. 53-yard punt. Callum from Navy, who has a very busy schedule right now, playing for the Raiders and also serving for the United States Navy. Begins at 4:20 in the morning with a wake-up call. 8-hour work on the ship before he then comes to the Raiders practice site at 1:15. Practice till 2:30 in the practice, returning to the ship at 6 o'clock. 6:45 free time, and then he goes to bed at 9 o'clock.
Pass the vitamin pills. I'm already tired.
I know. I said, is it any easier now you're not having to study? He said, what do you mean? I'm busier than I was when I was at the academy. Coming out of there, the Raiders to the 15-yard line. Terry Hogue making the stop on this man, Marcus Allen. Marcus has really struggled this year. He's had the ankle injury, made the big touchdown run in overtime a week ago Thursday, but said that this is the best the ankle has felt since he injured.
And he's such a big play guy. You know, you talk about big plays and big games, and he lights up like a Christmas tree. Just watching him and listening to him talk about the situation, he's very enjoyable, and you know he's a big league guy and a big league player, which is obvious because he really comes up and makes things happen when they have to.
His number's obviously down from a year ago when he led the NFL in rushing, was the NFL's MVP. 2nd down now. Plunkett scrambling up, and that one was almost 6 points. Seth Joyner, number 59, the rookie out of the University of Texas, El Paso, and he had an easy 6 if he could have held on. There was nobody between him and the goal line.
And that's the way they have to play this game. They have to take advantage of big opportunities. Look at the pressure. Look at Clark, number 71, trying to get in there. They get pressure from the outside. He tosses the ball in the process, and Joyner was right there. Good anticipation, except he didn't catch the ball.
They're very high on Joyner, an 8th-round draft pick, the rookie who they initially cut, then re-signed, and he's been starting the last 3 games.
Either one of the two teams have done very much at all on 1st and 10.
On the 3rd down, Plunkett. Wide open is Marcus Allen. He's still on his feet across the 30 for a first down to the 32-yard line. Evan Cooper, 21, eventually made the stop, a 17-yard gain, and that shows you how tough Allen is in the open field.
Well, he has such awareness. You see, great anticipation. He made the catch, and in spite of that, most receivers would have been happy to make the catch and go down, but he had the presence. Watch him come out of the backfield, number 32, which is something he does so well. Goes inside of the linebacker, Joyner, who was blitzing, breaks out into the flat. And watch the hit here. Bernard Wilson goes right over the top. He ducks, takes the ball upfield, and picks up another 9 or 10 yards on the play. But Evan Cooper, 21, finally made the tackle.
Hank, I don't think it's going to stand. We have a discussion going on. There was a penalty flag, and the big meeting now at the 25-yard line. They would have a first down at the 32 if this stands. Some confusion out there. The flag was apparently very late. And you know, we may have a replay coming up now. Would it be because Blanca was in the grass, do you suppose, when he stepped up in the pocket?
Down.
So the decision stands to the 32-yard line.
Buddy Ryan, he's fun to talk to. You know, he has a very strong philosophy, and he doesn't care what anybody thinks about what he's doing. He's going to do it his way. And I think, you know, the important thing is every team that we've talked to who has played or are going to play the Eagles, they all have high regard and great respect for what this young team is trying to get done, and they feel that, no question about it, they eventually will get it done.
He speaks his piece, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He spits it out.
On first down, Plunkett to throw, and down he goes again. Second sack. This is by Ken Clark, 71, who went flying by him.
Not.
Anyway, that was the controversy, not whether Plunkett was in the grass.
Offense, number 70. Penalty is declined. Second down.
That is Henry Lawrence, number 70, guilty of holding.
Interesting thing, talking about the Raiders with Al Davis and Al Locasell and their fine staff. You know, the one thing I asked about their offensive linemen, and their personality has always been the same. They get a big offensive lineman, they say, listen, number one, we want you to be able to pass block, and number two, just control the guy over you. Whatever else we get out of you is a bonus.
Second down and 18. Marcus Allen trying to get some of it back, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
That time
Reichenbach, 55.
Excuse me, that time they ran a counter play. They call it 16 counter OT with the off guard and the off tackle pulling. And that's something that they do not do very well. The linemen are big and strong. They do not pull nearly as well as they attack people straight ahead and pass block.
Third down, still 18 yards to go. Not a lot of offense in this game. That pass completion to Allen was the initial first down of the game.
Well, I mentioned earlier, this is a feast or famine kind of a game for both teams. They're going to look bad on some plays, and then they're going to make some big plays. But anytime you play as aggressively defensively, these two teams play. That's kind of a game it's going to be.
At the 4:50 mark, Plunkett too tall for Frank Hawkins, the fullback. He cannot hang on. It'll bring up fourth down. Let's go to New York. The Bears beat the Eagles in overtime earlier this year, so they showing that they can win the tight ones.
That's the big difference when you have a great year. You win the close games, and the average years you lose the close games.
With that victory now, they will clinch the NFC Central Division. Another penalty flag as we have another punt, and Greg Garrity will bring it across the 35 to the 37-yard line. 42-yard punt that time. But again, the penalty. I don't think we can punt the football, Coach. Looking for some offense. They've had the football 3 times, 3 plays and punted. They have a minus 17 yards in total offense thus far.
They ought to try to go right up on top here right now. They got one-on-one coverage.
Cunningham getting some pressure from the backside and some big pressures. He is dropped by Rod Martin from the backside. That's the ability of Cunningham, Hank, to roll around and to get some additional time, but still couldn't seem to find the man, and Rod Martin made him pay for it.
Well, he moved the pocket trying to get some time, and here you see him rolling to his right. Look at the pressure coming up. Howie Long going to the outside, and watch Martin coming back from the backside, number 53, and gives him a shot right in the back. Here he comes again, number 53, Rod Martin. Watch him, almost knocked down, but maintains his balance and comes right back from the backside and gives him a little massage in the back and makes a sack.
Not the kind of massage you want, I'll tell you.
No, that's right.
Second down coming up. The Raiders coming into this game with 45 sacks, third in the NFL. 32 of them by the defensive line. They had 4 in that last game against San Diego, and we're having another replay.
You know, I think the other thing when you play against the Raiders, I think to make sure that you have maximum security and maximum protection, they're looking at the replay again to make a decision on what happened, on whether it was a forward pass or a fumble.
Jim Gardy is the official in charge of the replay. Now, whether or not they ruling that was an incomplete pass or a fumble or on that last tackle, we'll wait and see.
After review, the play stands as called second down.
As an incomplete out, the verdict stands. It's second down, 10 yards to go.
Now they got bump and run again. See, they got to keep both backs in and a tight end and make sure they have security.
Cunningham with a little
There
security, and he's got it over the top. Mike Quick has got it. Quick to the 5. He is going to take it in, but there's a penalty flag.
Howie Long, number 75, was offside on the play. Number 75, Howie Long.
Mike Quick, the big play performer who led the NFC in receiving yardage a year ago, just latched onto one for 62 yards.
Defense is in the neutral zone. A penalty will be declined. It's a touchdown.
Howie Long, 75, would jump prematurely. And, of course, there you go again. That's what they have to do. Here it is, bump and run against the corner, Lester Hayes. And he got faked out coming off the ball, got a step behind from the very beginning. He's looking for the ball way sooner than he wants to, and it's all over. It's the bye-bye Blues, touchdown.
The Bye-Bye Blues, that's a hit tune this year, right?
I think it is.
Mike Quick, by the way, had
Or
a
it will
70. He had a 75-yarder earlier this year against the Giants. This a 62-yard completion. And you talked about this game being feast or famine. We've certainly seen that, Hank, in this early going. 70-yard punt return and now a 62-yard pass reception.
That's what it's going to be. And there again, he had protection that time. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you know, as long as you got two outside receivers, one-on-one, bump and run, you might as well keep everybody else in to make sure you get a chance to throw the home run. They did that time, and they got a touchdown, a beautiful 62-yard touchdown run catch by Mike Quick, number 82.
Two-play drive. It took 16 seconds. McFadden to attempt the point after, Telchik to hold. 4:18 to go in this first quarter. And McFadden has tied the game up. We're at 7 apiece. A game with no unusual first quarter of play. It's 7-7. Two big plays, two touchdowns with 4:18 left to go. Walker's 70-yard punt return, and just a moment ago, Mike Quick, 62 yards on the receiving end of a pass from Randall Cunningham, and that's where we stand right now. Coach, you had this one nailed. Security, feast or famine, big plays, and it's all happened here in the first quarter.
Well, it's going to continue to be that kind of a game now, especially with the Eagles getting a little confidence in what they were trying to get done. It'll be interesting from here on in.
Devon Adams going to bring it out for the Raiders to the 30. Well, let's go back for some of you who joined.
It is. He was playing outside of Quick on the bump and run, which means he should have had help on the inside, but there was nobody there.
That was their initial first down of the game, too. Here is Allen. Can't locate that pass, and it goes incomplete. So 7-7. That's where we stand right now. Season.
Yeah, and he said the great thing about the running, he said it helps his agility a great deal, and he's able to move from side to side. He doesn't want to run, but he just wants to get away from some of the pressure. So far, he hasn't been able to do that very well.
He's 1 of 6 in passing for 16 yards, and Allen is not finding any running room as well because Reggie White was there, number 92. Well, we talked about the NFC, but the AFC picture, you can see now how jammed up it is. New England, Denver, of course, playing right now at this moment against Cincinnati. Very big game as far as the AFC playoff picture is concerned. The Jets losing again today to the Rams, and the Raiders and Cleveland, of course, right now even with Cincinnati. So it's very close to call. No, nothing happening yet to have a determination who's going where.
Yeah, it's really a jump ball situation.
Third down now, 10 yards to go. Plunkett over the middle. Allen can't get there and almost intercepted. Terry Hogue, number 34, almost came up with it, and Plunkett has really been off target thus far.
I think maybe he was a little surprised that he had that much time. And usually he doesn't miss that kind of a play. Look at Reggie White on the nose of the center going to the outside where he opens up the middle. And I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to drop the ball over the top of the linebacker, or in that particular case, I think it was Andre Waters, a strong safety, and threw it up there a little bit too high and too long.
So the Eagles are going to get the football. Coming in will be Ray Guy to punt. 3:18 to go in this first quarter. 7-all. And Cleveland, by the way, defeated Houston today. And that was an overtime game. So 2 overtime games today. The Bears winning theirs in overtime. Here's Garrity back.
Garrity doesn't have great speed. He doesn't have 4.4 speed, but he's got 4.4 hands. He catches the ball really well.
Former Penn State standout who played on that national championship team. Up to the 30. Leads his way to the 35. 40. Look out. Here he goes. There's nobody that can catch him. Garrity is going to take it all the way for the touchdown, 76 yards.
You know what's great about him? He's got great eyes. I started to touch on that. He doesn't have blazing speed. He's got quickness. He's got great hands and good eyes. And that time he ran right through the revolving door and came out the other end and went all the way for the touchdown. Beautiful run by Garrity.
Took over that responsibility. He had a game ball against Atlanta when he caught a couple of passes for 40 yards, and now we're going to have a block point after attempt. Good pressure coming up the middle that time. Let's see if we can pick up who did it.
Looks like somebody up on the right side, defensive right side, but I couldn't tell exactly.
The lead, McFadden to kick off. Squibb, line drive affair. Caught short. That's Frank Hawkins, 27. And Hawkins will bring it out to the 40, so Los Angeles will have very good field position. Next Sunday on CBS Sports, our action starts with the NFL today. Then most of you will see the Giants at Washington. And those of you in Chicago and Tampa will see Tampa Bay at Chicago. Those of you in Michigan and the Pittsburgh area will see the Lions take on the Steelers. And those of you in Wisconsin and Minnesota will see the Vikings against the Packers. That's all next Sunday right here on CBS. Giants and Redskins, what a battle that will be. Of course, Washington still has to get by the San Francisco 49ers on Monday night.
Oh, no.
From the 40-yard line now, the Raiders trailing for the first time. 13-7, Philadelphia. Plunkett out to Marcus Allen. Allen with the stiff arm will get close to the 45. That's Seth Joyner, number 59, one-on-one with him. Let's leave the... Well, I guess you helped him get that job. Mark Mosley in the studio last week in the NFL today and been hired now by the Browns.
I wonder if he gets 10%. Talking about Brent, he's the agent. Mosley doesn't know he's allowed to get a little bill in the mail.
Well, he got the job when Chris Barr's brother Matt was hurt. Matt shaken up, covering a kickoff, and as an end result now, Mark Mosley's got a job, and what a job he's done today. 3rd down, 7 coming up.
Really great to see that because he's such a great kid and still an outstanding kicker. To be provided with an opportunity to kick again, it's great.
Hank, we have now officially been told that Matt Millen was the guy that blocked the point after. Very difficult to pick it out, but officially that he'll be credited with that. They had to call the bench down there and ask who actually blocked it. 3rd down now.
Here's a blitz.
And Plunkett in trouble throwing off his back foot, but coming up with the ball. Fine catch is made by Dokie Williams. There is another penalty flag. That would be enough for the first down if it stands. Hank, the thing you got to do is get your yard pickup, and the penalties against Philadelphia.
Holding defense number 50. The penalty will be declined. It's 1st down.
Gary Cobb, number 50, holding on the play. Watch him on the left part of your screen. He's got the hook. He held him, grabbed his left arm. I think in the process of trying to cover Todd Christensen, number 46.
Boy, he explodes off the line of scrimmage. You need a hook to hold him.
Well, the other thing's unusual. The Eagle philosophy, they'll cover a tight end with a linebacker instead of defensive backs.
Marcus Allen hits off the right-hand side. Ball and a little fight going on now. Number 43 is Roynell Young for Philadelphia, and he's wrapped up with one of the Raiders. I tell you what, the Raiders are a tough team. I think we asked Tom Flores how he looks at him. He feels like we're warriors attacking all the time, and teams come in here and they try to meet that aggressiveness, and this happens sometimes.
And I think it's a bad thing to do against the Raiders. I think you really got to keep your cool because they want you to start a fight. They want you to get involved in a physical reaction and physical action of some kind, and you're going to make
action by 85 on the defense and 20 on the 85 on the offense and 20 on the defense. It happened during the dead ball period. It's 2nd down. They offset.
So it's Dokie Williams and Andre Waters that got into this.
Dokie Williams, 85, and Andre Waters. There's a taffy pull right there. They're both yanking at each other. Either one of them ever make a pin there that time. Not doing much good. Not much leverage on that drop. It wouldn't be very good in the ring.
I'm sorry, that's not Waters though.
No,
43. That's
Roynell Young.
Yep, that was not Waters. They had the wrong number. Here is Plunkett throwing, and very fine play by Terry Hoag, 34. There's quite a story, Terry Hoag breaking that up. The Saints let him go. They put him on waivers. He was the finest defensive back that Georgia ever had as far as Coach Vince Dooley.
A good player for the New Orleans Saints, and they got him for zip.
So Hoag, a sure tackler. In fact, the Raiders pointed out that was the thing that impressed him the most about him. Broke that one up, and it brings up a third down. Third down, 8 yards to go. Plunkett has time, but nobody open. Good coverage. He's looking for Christensen, the tight end. He had double coverage on him. Nothing developed. 7-7 was our score, and then it was 13-7 the Eagles, and they had a point after block, which obviously could be very important as this game wears on. Here's Ray Guy with the punt, angling for the corner, and he did it. Oh, a sensational punt at the 4-yard line. 42 yards, strategically placed by the veteran of 14 years in the National Football League. Well, we talked about Napoleon McCallum. Yes.
I got excited just listening talk about the Army-Navy game. Really and truly, it was exciting to see the enthusiasm that he had about the game.
They're going to have to start this drive from the 4. Anthony Toney, the rookie from Texas A&M, gets a little operating room, gets it out to the 7-yard line. Toney getting his first starting call last week. He began the year on injured reserve because of a severe ankle problem, but played well last week, caught 5 passes, and he's one of those young players that Buddy Ryan is building his future on.
Well, he's big and he's strong, you know, and he's got good balance. He's 6 foot, 227. Played his collegiate football at Texas A&M, but they like him very much because they think he's a complete player. He blocks well, runs well, catches the ball, and doesn't make many mistakes.
From the 9-yard line now, second down, 6 yards to go. There's your time left in the first quarter. Cunningham, and miscommunications there. Ron Johnson, 85, the intended receiver. He went in, the ball went out, and it's a third down.
I think they thought it was going to be man-for-man coverage, and it wasn't. It wound up being a double zone, which the Raiders do not do very often, but they deceived him on the coverage and almost came up with an interception because he misread what was taking place defensively.
Ron Johnson was activated for this game. He was a very fine player in the Canadian Football League. So third down and 6 now for Philadelphia. Line of scrimmage just short of the 9. Here is Cunningham. Raiders talking about how tough he is. They think that comes from some of the good bloodlines of his brother Sam the Bam Cunningham.
We might see a pick and go here if they get the right. No, they're not.
Third and 6. He's in trouble. He got out of it. And he's going to try to get the first down, diving for it. Did he get it? He did, I believe. And that shows you his escapability, his ability to create something. Sean Jones caught up with him, and that's the reason they're excited about Cunningham. You never can have him contained. 7, Philadelphia for the lead. Line of scrimmage will be the 15-yard line. We've had a lot of replays. We've had a lot of penalties. And Hank, this game, the sun may set over the ocean here to the west of us before this one's over.
I got a little news for you. We're probably going to need a miner's cap before this thing's over.
Well, they want to be sure, right, Coach?
That's right.
Now, if you were on the sideline, you'd want to have some of those replays.
I'm not arguing with that. That's right. That's part of the game. You got to make sure you're right.
So Cunningham, after that outstanding effort of scrambling out of the pocket, has the first down.
They got to go up on top again. See, here they come.
And a bullet that's not going to make a connection. Kenny Jackson, the intended receiver, across the 25. Well, there's nothing wrong with Randall's arm. He has an arm. A bullet was thrown that time. Put the arm and the speed and the size was a pretty good combination.
You talk about a fastball pitcher. He can really zing it. And the old joke about, you know, you can throw it through a car wash and never get it wet. That's the way he throws the football. He really zings it.
This is his 7th start of his career today. 3rd this season. He started last year, then Ron Jaworski took over, and he's out for the year with an injured tendon in his pinky of his throwing hand, and out for the rest of the year. So it's Randall's job the rest of the way. Second down, 10. And a fumble. Scramble going on. Cunningham has a piece of it, and they're going to give it to the Eagles. Good reaction by Cunningham to come back with a football. It'll bring up a third down.
I'll tell you another thing. You don't see many quarterbacks going to jump in there and try to get possession of the ball in the bottom of the heap like he did that last time. Look at Jones, number coming from the outside. Tony gets a piece of him, but he gets penetration, knocks the ball loose, and watch it pop out of there. And watch Cunningham, watch him come in after the ball and grabs it and snares it and grabs it, maintains control of it.
Nothing wrong with his courage.
That's right.
3rd and 15 now from the 10-yard line. But they're still backed up in a very difficult situation.
I think the other thing they have to do, they have to change the rhythm of the count often enough and go on quick counts so they can't keep changing the coverage.
Broken up. Interior of the line. That big line up front. Bill Pickell, I believe. He is 6'5". Sean Jones is 6'7", and Howie Long 6'5", and they get the hands up. Well, here's an update. As we mentioned, the Bears winning in overtime. The Redskins winning. The Rams winning. The Giants playing Monday night against the 49ers. And Washington, Chicago will pull it out today in the overtime. Kevin Butler with a field goal. And here now is Telchik to punt again.
This kid's a great athlete, Telchik is. He really,
better hurry this one. He got it off. A low kick. Fulton Walker to the 40, and he'll be dropped there. Telchik fortunate to get that one away. He got a 44-yard punt out of it. 14-yard return because it was kicked so low. Dave Little was down to make the stop for the Eagles. And the Raiders, who trail at 13-7, have the football at the Eagles' 40. Second quarter leading that 14-10. The Raiders trailed the Broncos by 1 game at the beginning of today. Jim Plunkett and his team with the best field position to start any drive thus far. Plunkett does not make the connection. That is Jesse Hester, number 84, the intended receiver. But look at the AFC. I thought you said it very well, Coach. It's a jump ball right now. Look at this. New England, Denver, Cleveland, the Jets, Raiders, Cincinnati. It's a log jam.
You know, the way the Cleveland team is playing right now, you might have to say that they might be the best team of the whole bunch right now in that Eastern Division, but I still think the Raiders are going to be the team to beat when it's all said and done.
Well, they've got the favorable schedule from here on as opposed to Denver. Plunkett now 3 of 12 for 28 yards, and he tries to go over the top. He's got Hester. Hester is going to take it in, touchdown, but another penalty flag.
Holding against the Raiders. But there again, there's a great illustration. One big play, one big bomb. Looked like it was on Henry Lawrence, the right tackle, number 70, holding on the play. But it was a crossing pattern with Jesse Hester coming all the way across the field. And Roynell Young was covering on the play. And I think what happened, they got Roynell Young in the slot. He doesn't cover nearly as well.
Holding,
1 for 1.
Offense, number 70. 10 yards, second down.
There's a second holding penalty for Lawrence. Watch Henry Lawrence, number 70. There you see, see him grab.
Boy, he was in trouble, wasn't he?
Yes,
he was backpedaling.
He was falling down.
Hank, explain that a little more. Why would it be harder for Young to cover a man in the slot?
Well, Young, see, when he's on a corner, he plays an inside position, so the receiver's only got one way to go. When he's in a slot formation, he's playing him in a position where he can go either right or left, and he had to chase him all the way across the field that time, and it's tough. There he
Almost, but not quite. Marcus Allen, the intended receiver on that, and it's going to bring up. He came in here with 30 catches for the year, and Plunkett, who's had 1 touchdown call back by penalty, and now has had another pass drop, not getting the support he'd like to have. 3rd down, 20. Plunkett going deep again, and this time it's covered very well. Seal over there defending.
1 for 1 coverage.
4th down and 20. Guy to punt from the 35-yard line. Both teams now have had the big plays. And right now, the Eagles have the better of it. 13-7. Guy trying to punt it out of bounds again in the corner. And where are they going to mark this one? Still walking out to the 10, and he's done a good job on 2 occasions.
You know, you wonder, people watching Guy kick, you wonder why a right-footed kicker would try to kick the ball out of bounds to his left. Obviously, the reason being that if he kicks the ball out of bounds to his left and it slides off the outside of his foot, it goes right down the middle of the field and there's no harm done. If he tries to kick it out of bounds on the right side and it slides off, it winds up being a bad kick. That's why they go left.
Touchdown pass. All began on a Fulton Walker return. Then they came back with a quick touchdown, and then Garrity from 76 yards. And that's where we stand right now after the last punt. The Eagles trying to get some maneuvering ability coming out to the 10. Anthony Toney bringing it out to the 10-yard line. Here's the first score of the ball game. Fulton Walker. They had another one later then by Garrity that looked almost like that one.
See, I don't know why they don't go at a quick count before the defense changes and try to go up on top and try to lick that one-for-one coverage more than they have. Here they go. Here they go.
2nd and 5. Cunningham, and Haynes had inside coverage all the way. There's a penalty flag at the line of scrimmage. Haynes, who is such a technician, who seemingly just reads every move you're going to make, had that one covered all the way. Going to be holding against Philadelphia. This young line for Philadelphia, only one veteran up front. It's had so many different combinations due to injuries, due to changes that Buddy Ryan has made, and they have the dubious distinction of giving up an NFL record number of sacks. But Ryan feels that up front, those young guys are eventually going to get the job done.
Believes in it strongly, and I think basically the players believe in it very strongly, and for that reason, it's going to go.
Been a lot of adjusting going on, hasn't it, Hank?
And it's going to be, in a final analysis, it's going to be a game of, what kind of people do you get? People are the difference.
3rd and 6. Cunningham trying to pick up the first down, and that's Toney. I don't believe he got far enough the field to make it. He's going to be a yard short. Toney made the grab, but he's going to be a yard short of the first down. Good coverage that time by the Raiders. Robinson and Toran denying him the first down.
This is common. I like playing an inter-squad game.
Telchik, the punt from the goal line. It's not an exceptionally good punt, and it's not going to take an Eagle bounce. And so Philadelphia will ground the ball at their own 43-yard line. They did not get a break on that one. Ends up being a 27-yard punt by Telchik. Security. Who can give their particular quarterback that security back there?
Who can block those knockout shots?
First down now for the Raiders. Marcus Allen coming off the left-hand side will make it to the 35-yard line. Andre Waters, number 20, made the stop. Well, we showed you Fulton Walker. Now let's show you the second touchdown
pass for the Philadelphia Eagles.
2nd down and 3. Frank Hawkins, the fullback, trying to get the first down yardage. Terry Hogue was over there first to make the stop, and then the third big.
Yeah, they say he's the glue that keeps it together, plus the fact that he's very bright, knows how to pick up blitzes and all the people that are coming usually to try to stop Plunkett, but he's very good at that.
Plunkett trying to make a connection, and they will not. As that time, Dokie Williams not able to hang on. I think it'll be ruled incomplete. A battle going on. Now, wait a minute. They are going to rule a completion and a fumble on that, Hank. I didn't think Williams had it long enough. Let's look at it again.
You got to have both feet on the ground and have possession. Let's see what he does. He stops in front of Roynell Young. The ball is thrown right at the number, and the ball, it was popped. He caught it, and it popped out of there, but after the ball was completed, evidently that's what they call.
That's exactly what they call.
And that's what should have been called. It's a good call on the part of the officials.
So Dokie Williams, we can maybe pick up this side, how it was popped out of there.
Yeah, watch it now. He comes right over the top. He's got very long arms, Roynell Young has, and he knocks the ball loose, but it was already caught. He had possession. And both feet were, they're going to play it on the replay. Let's see what they decide happened.
This is the 4th replay we've had in this first. He set a record today for replays. What is a record, for a game?
I'm afraid to ask.
Look at this, Atlanta beating up on Miami. Marcus Allen has the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 10:20 left to go in this first half of play. A very peculiar game, but as Hank STRAM called it, a game of big plays. A game which both teams trying to provide security for the quarterbacks and having a tough time doing that. Line of scrimmage now, the 19.
Buddy Ryan, deeply involved in the game because he calls the defenses. A lot of head coaches give that responsibility to their coordinators, but he calls the defensive plays.
Plunkett on the first down. Looked like he wanted to run. Now scrambling out of there. End zone, it's too long. Intended for Dokie Williams. Now that is the thing that surprises people, Hank, is how well Plunkett can scramble around back there.
And at this stage of his career, it's something that's difficult for him to do.
Well, he's had 10 operations in his 16-year career. And very wise quarterback after all that. 2nd and 10, and the ball is dropped by Hester. Plunkett has had some passes on target. Remember earlier Marcus Allen dropped one? This is the 4th drop of the game now.
But look how well he threw this ball because he threw it with his legs. Look at on the left side, bump and run. On the far side, 21, Evan Cooper. And look at Hester coming across, man-for-man coverage. The ball is right there. He tries to bring it down, and in the process, looked like it had peanut butter on it. Slipped right down through.
Either that or Vaseline.
Yep.
Hester, second-year man out of Florida State.
Well, that's 3 big play opportunities that the Raiders have blown.
3rd down now, 10. And this time, nothing developed as they tried to send Allen up the middle, and Dwayne Giles, 53, second-year man from Texas Tech, bulldogged him down, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Kind of an interesting call, wasn't it? 3rd down and 10, tried to cross him up and didn't fool anybody.
No, that's the first, you know, as much as they've thrown the ball, you know, maybe that would have been a good play because they expected the pass and they thought they could get by with a draw play, and they played it perfectly.
Chris Barr, who just found out this weekend he passed his bar exam to practice law, will be attempting this one, a 38-yarder.
And he passed it the first time. That's really something.
It's not easy. 38-yard attempt by Barr. And the kick is good. And so the Raiders now climb within 3, 13-10. But some missed opportunities for Tom Flory's team. He wanted 7, and he comes away with 3.
But I tell you,
13-10 now, Philadelphia. There's some indecision there, and they're going to have to down the football and bring it out the 20-yard line. Well, Flores came in that year because now Randall Cunningham, his team leading by 3 at the 20. Play action fake. Pass is completed to Latasi, and the rookie from Washington State does a good job of getting that football out to the 28-yard line. Lester Hayes knocks him out. Talking to being a Raider fan, this guy was Latasi. He grew up next to the Alameda Coliseum in Oakland when they were back in the days of the Oakland Raiders. And the native of America Samoa is said it's kind of interesting to come back and play against the silver and black now.
Yeah, the other thing that was interesting, he said, I was a great fan of the Raiders, and then when they moved, I was mad just like everybody else, and I became a 49er fan.
That was Philadelphia's first completion on their first down thus far. It's 2nd down and 2 yards to go, and this is Tony picking up the first down for the Eagles out to the 32-yard this season.
Yeah, it's incredible to make that many changes and still be moving along and playing very close to most teams they played all year long.
Penalty flags, movement along the line of scrimmage. Howie Long was moving, number 75. Let's see if he was drawn off.
Encroachment, number 75 defense, 5 yards, first down.
Howie Long, after the 2-game absence, trying to get his timing back.
Well, that's the second time he's done that. Number 75, the left end. Look at him coming off the ball prematurely, trying to get a jump, trying to get an advantage on the young tackle on the right side, Joe Conwell.
You know what's interesting about him, Hank, talking to the Eagles, they want to know where he's lined up every play. That's how he affects the football game.
Well, you know, and I asked him, you know, does it affect you to play so many different positions? He said, no, it really doesn't, because when I broke in, I had as a substitute for everybody, and so it really came in handy. It was a blessing in disguise.
On a 1st and 5, Cunningham throwing. He's got the first down across the 50. That's Mike Quick on the receiving end, and they're in the Raider end of the field. That's a 15-yard. Lester Hayes says he's like he's taking a Vaseline shower because you come by and nobody can grab him. He just is so elusive.
He's slippery.
This time they try to cross him up, and Tony gets yardage, and he's very close to a first down across the 40 to the 39-yard line. And Tony now starting to find some running room. Good play calling now by the Eagles, mixing it up very well, and that is a first down. They're tackled, and Matt Darwin, the center, along with Tony. First down now at the 39.
Well, they're leaning a little bit to the left. See if they throw or run on the left side. Yeah, here they come.
Having no chance. Excellent reaction that time, in particular by Reggie McKenzie, number 54. They're going to lose some yardage on that play.
You know, talking to Cunningham the other day, he said that the first uniform he ever had was an Eagle uniform in the Pop Warner League. He always wore number 12 because he was a great, great fan of Joe Namath. And he even wore the same kind of a face mask as Joe, and he's been wearing the same colors, green and white, ever since. Quite a story.
He is their quarterback of the future. From the line of scrimmage, should say the present right now because of the injury to Jaworski.
And he said to the receivers, run your patterns right because I don't want any of those long-distance sacks.
2nd and 13 now after the loss on the last play. See his speed, his escapability, and he gets to the 40. Still going to be about 2 yards short of the original line of scrimmage. Bill Pickell was over there to make the stop.
The difference in his mentality as far as being a young quarterback, see, most quarterbacks in that particular case would run and escape with the idea of throwing the football. He still feels that if he has a chance and escapes, he's going to try to run and get the yardage. If he doesn't, then he's going to try to do the best he can throwing the football. But the priority is a little different at this young stage of his career.
3rd down coming up, still 12 yards to go. I think, Hank, the thing you got to worry about is whether he gets so beat up early in his career that would discourage him. Thus far, he does not have that happening to him.
Well, he's too young to know the difference right now. See, that's really what makes it so exciting, and that's why he's so great to watch. He's like going to the Golden Gloves and just seeing two amateurs fight and fight it out. There's no.
He has respect for him.
I think if he were a young coach, he could be a little bit more concerned, but at this stage, he doesn't care. He's going to do it his way, and if he doesn't, it doesn't make any difference anyhow. He won't be around, but he's going to do it his way to begin with.
Boy, Cunningham in trouble. He's dancing around back there. He had absolutely no chance on a 3rd and 12.
Howie Long getting penetration. Stacy Turan, the safety blitz. They got the penetration there. That's what it's all about, penetration. Watch 75 coming into the picture. Stacy Turan, number 30, coming also in the picture. There you see it break down, and also a linebacker is blitzing on the play. I couldn't tell, for example, who it was. I think it was Jeff Barnes, number 56.
Well, he had a hot foot there, didn't he? He jumped up in the air trying to get out of. They're going to have to circle the wagons. They have many plays like that.
Need a trampoline back there.
He had absolutely no chance. So on 3rd and 12, they send the whole team, and the sack now precipitates this punt by Telchik. Bolton Walker coming up, and he can't get to the football, and it's going to go out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. There's a penalty flag. Time a field goal by Chris Barr, and that's where we stand right now. Plunkett on 1st down, and a lot of congestion. Todd Christensen, I guess, digs it out. No, incomplete.
A good picture of the grass here, the terrain here at the Coliseum. Talking to Alvin Dollars to put it in, but he wants the players to practice on the same kind of a facility they play on every Sunday.
They don't miss anything, do they?
No, they don't.
2nd down, 10. Marcus Allen gets 5 yards out to the 25-yard line. Gary Cobb made the stop. I'll tell you something that surprised me this week, Hank. I got to confess. I'd heard about when you go in to visit the Raiders, that sometimes it's difficult to do this and that, but they liked you. They were put the red carpet down for us this week, took care of us.
I'm firmly convinced that they don't want people to realize that they are good people. They are basically great people. Al Davis, you get a good shot of him up in the press box, but he's concerned about winning and does a great job in that area. But those people are a lot better people than people give them credit for being.
Plunkett with some pressure, wide open. The catch is made, and that's Hester. Hester to the 25 of Philadelphia.
Jesse Hester. Evan Cooper, 21, covering on a play. He escapes a rush, and there you see Hester breaking to the outside. Evan Cooper, number 21, finally making the tackle, but he ran a kind of a post corner and licked him, got it and turned around, and a big play by Jesse Hester, number 84.
That's another one of those long shots again.
That's right. That's the way it's going to be all afternoon, I guarantee it.
50-yard completion, 2:39 left in the first half. Allen jumps into a slot position, and this one is almost picked off. Very close. The intended receiver, Hester, with Evan Cooper coming back, trying to come up with the interception.
That pattern is against they're going to get their receivers hurt running on slant passes, and they do it very, very seldomly.
Hester's not very big. He weighs 170 pounds, and Cooper out of Michigan put the hit on him. 2nd down, 10.
They got to get something to that tight end here sometime soon. There he is.
And there he is. Coach, you called it. Todd Christensen. They'd only thrown his direction twice before. He makes this catch. 1st down. Hogue and Waters make the stop.
The other thing the Eagles like to do, they like to cover a tight end regardless who he is. They like to cover him with a linebacker. In that particular case, I think they covered him with Andre Waters. But in spite of that, he has such a great burst coming off the line of scrimmage that he's going to make a lot of big plays.
We come to the 2-minute warning. Christensen, a powerful
team at the end of the season, you have to start getting better and better and better, and it's almost like you get on a roll. And right now, we're playing well. After an 0-3 start, we had to play well just to survive.
And they're doing more in surviving right now. They have a first down to the 14. Marcus Allen to the 10, and he'll get to the 8-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Mickey Marvin pulling out and leading on that particular play. 8-yard line area. You see the time remaining, 1:54 in this first half of play.
And they call
Raiders
that,
down by 3.
excuse me, Gary, they call that play 17 counter OT, which means it's a counter play, and the off guard, Mickey Marvin and Henry Lawrence, OT, off guard and tackle, pull on the play.
Second down, 5. They can get a first and goal just inside the 4.
Well, they got a bump and run on Cooper, Evan Cooper on the left side. See if he tries to go up on top. Now they're backing off. They're going to run it again.
And Allen will get to the 5. He's just short of a first and goal, it appears. We're to bring up a 3rd down, a yard to go. 3 timeouts left by the Raiders. Overtime games, which they'll update for you. Here we go. 3rd down, a yard to go.
See if they're kind of leaning left. See if they do something left. Now they're coming back over here with a man in motion.
That's Hawkins in motion, and Allen straight ahead. It isn't easy as he goes inside the 5-yard line. Alonzo Johnson was first to make the stop for Philadelphia.
I can't understand that. You know, Gary, they had a wing back on the left side. They had a definite advantage to the left side. They took the advantage away by bringing the guy in motion and try to run up the middle with a little high diddle play, and now they're going to measure the play. They deserve to win the game.
Well, that's what they're going to do. Here they go. 4th down. They virtually made nothing on that last play.
Now they're leaning to the left side again without the wing back there. Let's see if they do business on the left side. Here they go.
Here they go. Allen, and he's not going to get it. What a beautiful play that time. Seth Joyner, 59, the rookie, was waiting on him. And, Coach, that's got to give the Eagles a big lift.
Boy, you talk about laying into bushes. Joyner was right there, got penetration going to the left side. See, the last time they had the wing back on that side, they had an advantage. Look at Joyner come across there, and from the backside.
He said Joyner's a player, and he certainly proved his mettle there. First down now at the 5. You see the time remaining. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining in this first half. Tony will try to get outside. Gets to the 8-yard line. Minute 4, and we have.
I saw him practice a couple of weeks ago. I went to the University of Miami and went out to watch him practice. I guarantee you, he's everything everybody says he is. He's going to be terrific.
Second down now, 7 for the Eagles, and a mishandled snap. Cunningham gets on it. That's twice that's happened, Hank, and I know you have no sympathy for that. You just can't explain why the center and the quarterback can't make an exchange.
Well, you know what happened on the play? It was a reverse pivot, see? And I think anytime you reverse pivot, you want to get around there so quickly that sometimes you leave prematurely and you don't get.
He has that 4.5 speed, and he showed it there. Here we go now. 3rd down. Let's make it 7 yards to go. You see the time left. Oh, high snap. And Cunningham fakes it, trying to roll out of there with it. Look at this. This is a remarkable effort as Cunningham has a first down out to the 25. Van McElroy made the stop. Is that athleticism?
Well, what happened was, really, that's spontaneity. See, he just blew the play. He's supposed to give it to the halfback, it looks like. And in the process, watch it. It was a high snap. He couldn't get it to him. And he had the presence to keep it, fake the pass, and then take off and run with the ball back to the inside. Look at the moves he makes. And finally tackled by Van McElroy. And it's a first down for the Eagles.
You kind of liked that play, didn't you? I mean, that shows you what he can do to you. You think you've got him bobbled up, and all of a sudden, here he comes.
Well, that's kind of a recess football play. That's kind of a play we used to run at Lou Wallace during our recess.
That's a 16-yard gain. Here's Cunningham double pumping, throwing to near side, and out of bounds with the reception is Mike Quick. Standing athletic move by Randall Cunningham.
They're just going to try to throw the ball. Let's see if they try to just throw the ball upfield, try to get a big play, pass interference or something.
Instead, they get the incompletion, and we have come to the end of this first half of play. The score, the Eagles 13, the Raiders 10. On the other hand,
be smiling about that.
Yeah, that's right. On the other hand, the Broncos play Cincy today. They have Kansas City, Washington, and Seattle. So you'd figure the Raiders have the inside track right now to successfully defend their AFC West title. Tatalotasi will bring this one out for the Eagles. And he fumbled it. The ball came flying out of there, and I think the Eagles have recovered. All of a sudden, the ball went one way, and Tatalatasi went the other, and Randall Cunningham takes a deep breath as their team will retain possession. Let's look at it again.
Tatalatasi gets the kickoff return. Tony out in front. The ball just slides out of there. Nobody hits it. Looks like he's trying to tuck it away, and it slid right behind him. And it's finally recovered there by Alonzo Johnson, number 54.
Johnson, the second-round draft pick out of the University of Florida. He played with Wilbert Marshall, the outstanding linebacker of the Bears. So they have it after a near miss at the 17-yard line. That's Kenny Jackson, 81 in motion. Cunningham to Tatalatasi, and Tatalatasi gets to the 19-yard line, and that's all. If you're not familiar with the running back situation, Keith Byers has been starting at that running back spot, but Byers has still been favoring the foot, has not shown the ability they saw in college. As an end result, Tatalatasi was put back into the starting lineup. And Hank, I think it's an understatement to say that Keith Byers was not happy about that development. But they're still hoping that they can get him back to where he was when he was in college.
Well, I think he is. He's squeaking a little bit about it because he thinks that he just hadn't carried the ball often enough. He's a back that used to carry the ball 25, 30 times a game.
On a 2nd down 8, a pass intended for Quick. He and Van McElroy collide on the far side, and it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8 yards to go. This, interestingly enough, Hank, and it was hard for me to believe, but for the 4th time in NFL history, there have been 2 punt returns for a touchdown by 2 different teams. You'd think that would have happened more often than that, wouldn't you? Look at them, 52, 66, and 79. Philadelphia involved in one of those. Kansas City, do you remember this?
Yeah, Nolan Smith. Yes, sir. Nolan
Super Nat, huh?
Yeah, the Super Nat did that. Sure did.
3rd down and 8. You'd think that would have happened more, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I was surprised at that stat. I really was. I really am.
Cunningham in trouble. Down he goes. 5th sack of the game for the Raiders. Bill Pickell is there, the emerging superstar. So it's going to bring up a 4th down. Let's go to New York. Telchik will punt to Fulton Walker, and of course the Eagles have got to be concerned about him. 13-10 Philadelphia as they have stalled on their first series of the second half. Big rush. Walker's going to let it hit and go out of bounds, and the Eagles are going to come out of there in pretty good position. Midfield stripe. Looked like with everybody coming after it, they just couldn't get the return set up. As an end result, it's going to come out to the 50, and that's where they'll have it. Jim Plunkett coming in. The Raiders set up at the midfield stripe, and Hester now is in at the wide receiver spot, as is Dokie Williams. Hester comes to the near side of the field. Plunkett on a play action. Lots of time. Freezes those linebackers. Hester, touchdown. Jesse Hester with the touchdown catch of 49 yards.
Look, they have a play action fake. It's not a very good one. It's a crossing pattern, and Hester comes all the way across from the left side right down the middle, licks Evan Cooper, number 21, makes the catch right over the shoulder, and a beautiful throw by Jim Plunkett. The key being security. He had plenty of time to throw the ball and get it where he had to throw it. And again, it's one of those airplane plays. You know, he's fast, he's lightning, and he got behind Cooper and made the catch.
Chris Barr adds a point after, and it's a 17-13 lead for the Raiders. We'll be back.
Airplanes on this team. They got Jesse Hester averaging 23.1, Barksdale 25.3, and Williams 20.2.
And here is Tatalatasi bringing the ball out to the 19-yard line. And so the Eagles, trailing for the second time, they trailed 7-0, tied it up at a 13-7 lead, 13-10, and now trail 17-13. Winning the NFC Central Division title. Just short of the 20-yard line now, first down, Philadelphia, trailing 17-13. Tatalatasi in motion. Cunningham has the security, gets it out to Quick, and Quick very close to a first down out to the 30. Mike Quick, who had that 62-yard touchdown catch in the first half. Just short of the
There by Van McElroy, number 26.
They give him the first down. He did have it just across the 30. First down now for Philadelphia. He has 4 catches for 95 yards in this game. Tough sledding up the middle that time for the Eagles. It'll bring up a second down. Buddy Ryan says this game and next week's game against the Los Angeles Rams will determine who's going to be coming back next year with this football team. Going to find out the kind of football team we have. And he's weeded out a lot of people this year, sent a lot of veterans scurrying and playing with some young players.
Well, he's got to feel good about the way this young team is playing and accepting the challenge of this afternoon's contest.
2nd and 7, Cunningham in trouble. But he got out of there. Penalty flag. I don't know how he got out of there. He makes it back to about the 33-yard line. Reggie McKenzie eventually made the tackle.
They call the grasp or holding?
Holding. Holding against the Los Angeles Raiders. Huh. I don't know how Cunningham got it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be a first down for Philadelphia. Sets it up at the 37-yard line. It's hard to figure that one out. Looks like we have an offside now against Los Angeles. Cunningham scrambling out. Look out. Comes out to the 45. Penalty flag across the 50. This one's going to go against the Raiders.
Stacy Turan, that time the safety blitz got across the line of scrimmage prematurely, and that's the penalty on the play. Number 30, Stacy Turan, trying to anticipate the blitz.
But they will not take that penalty because he picks up the first down all the way to the 49. Hank, you get the feeling that he can almost do that.
Anticipate the count and didn't anticipate properly. And look at Cunningham. I tell you, he's something. And the other great thing about him is he's always falling forward.
Yep. Well, he's 6'4", weighs about 195 pounds. He can take some of that punch.
Well, he just lies down and he's got a first down.
Latasi trying to go somewhere, no place to go, a little delay. He got back maybe to the line of scrimmage before he was grounded. Silver and black all around. 11 yards to go. 17-13, the Raiders with the lead. 10-17 to go in the third quarter. Cunningham, protection is there, and Latasi can't hang on. That was Jerry Robinson, number 57, defending on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 11.
And the Raiders are doing something they don't do very often. They double cover the outside people, and for that reason, the tight end was wide open down the middle, and anything in the middle area when they can recognize that defense should be very effective.
Well, they have an effective tight end, too, and John Spagnola, who has 30 catches. There he's been sacked 4 times on 3rd down, and we come to a 3rd and 11.
I asked him yesterday, Spagnola, well, how does Cunningham playing quarterback affect your play? He said he gets me in shape because I have to run all over the place trying to figure out where he's going to throw the ball from.
That's right. 3rd down, 11. They pick up the pressure. The pass intended for Ron Johnson. He cannot get to it. Haynes defending on the play. Let's go back to New York. Atlanta was having trouble scoring some points. Looks like they're getting the job done today against Miami.
They played a terrible game last week. They really looked out of character. It didn't look like their team at all. Evidently, they're playing better today.
Well, some people have been getting healthy against that Miami defense this season. There's a penalty flag. You wouldn't expect anything else, would you? Stelchik punts this one, and that ball just did make it into the end zone for the touchback. But let's see what this penalty flag's all about. Hank, can they come up with a new rule to offset all these penalties on punts?
Well, they keep changing it. You know, you can't block below the waist. You can't, you know, all those things. And as a result, you know, people don't realize how tough it is.
Ohio State, he's very disappointed. He's been taken out of the starting lineup in place of junior Latasi.
Well, he hasn't carried the ball but 10 times a game, you know, and I think that kind of a back who runs 30 times a game, used to that kind of running, it's very difficult for him to make that adjustment, only carrying 10 times a game.
Allen hitting for a couple of yards. There's a penalty flag. To get back to that, though, Byers was complaining this week, Hank, that he found
they think he's going to be a great prospect, but he has to go through training camp and go through the process before he's going to be ready to play.
Here is Plunkett being sacked. That's the 3rd, and Reggie White was there, number 92. There was no flag on that last play. They picked it up, but this round, and he's been around a lot of good ones in the years with the Bears. 3rd down now, 16 yards to go. Plunkett from the 5. Pressure coming, and Greg Brown spins him around. Check that. Clyde Simmons, number 96, spins him around and drops him. He is a rookie out of Western Carolina, who they put in on that nickel him as soon as possible. He's kind of limping and walking on his own power as he comes to the bench to the near side. Guy's got to be careful, doesn't back out to the safety. Big rush on him. Not a particularly good kick, and Garrity with a courageous move coming up and fielding a very difficult punt at the 35-yard line. And Hank, that's those sure hands you've been talking about. Garrity kept that from being a ball that might have bounced up the field another 20 yards.
I tell you feel very comfortable with him back there at the safety position. A lot of guys frighten you to death, but he's, he gives you that stability that you seek. He's going to catch the ball off the turf and roll down the field for a big play.
All right, at the 35, first down. Testing the middle again is Tony, and he's shoved back. Might have gotten a yard, and that's all if he got that. So to bring up a second down. Bikel, and he has a questionable status from the 35. No gain on that last play. 2nd and 10.
I don't know why they don't go in a quick count and get the ball up on top. Here again, they got bump and run.
Cunningham scrambling out. Here he goes, and he lofts it over. And the catch is made by Byers, who's just checked into the game. Keith Byers comes in, catches it, and that is a 17-yard pickup. It's a pretty good touch on that pass by Cunningham.
Terrific touch. He laid it right over the top. And, of course, that's a good way for Byers to get into the game by making a catch right off the bat. It should motivate. He's going to be a terrific player for the Eagles.
It could give him that confidence. You never know.
You're right.
First down now inside the 20. Cunningham looking up the middle, and it's Spagnola, the tight end. Spagnola dragging people with him. And he has a 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. And Spagnola, who in the past 2 years has caught 129 balls, just caught one here for 14 yards.
And he made a great move that time. He started, he came off the line of scrimmage, and you got to remember they're harassed quite a bit coming off the tight ends. They got a linebacker they have to fight through. He started to go into the middle area, saw there was a linebacker there, stopped and went back to the outside, and the ball was thrown right on the money at the numbers, and he makes a great catch.
Impressive drive right now by the Eagles. 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line.
They're leaning right.
Cunningham rolling right. He's going to try to run it. He's tripped up. He fumbled the football. The Raiders. No, wait a minute. They're ruling it down. They say he was down when the ball came loose. So they'll have it at the 5. Let's look at it again, Coach.
They were leaning that way. By that I mean the backs were tilted a little bit to the right. Looks like something was going to happen right side. He's running to the right, starts to see the crack, and he's down. The ground cannot create a fumble, and that's the rule, and that was a good call on the part of the official. Watch him going to the right side. Hayden, the left guard, is pulling on the play. He gets tripped up. The ball hits the ground. The ground created the fumble, and that's why it is called dead.
No question. 2nd down and goal from the 5. Cunningham looking for some help. And he throws it, and the catch is made for the touchdown by Mike Quick.
Did you see the way he threw that ball?
But you see how Quick came to the football, too.
Yeah, but to watch the way he spread out going to his left, look at this. Look at this. He's back in the pocket, looking to the right. Now he goes back. Look at where his feet are. They're parallel. He throws the ball across the field like a frozen rope. Mike Haynes is covering on the play, and it's tough to beat him. And in spite of that, Quick made the catch, and they have another touchdown.
And his 2nd touchdown catch of the day. McFadden, point after attempt. He had one blocked earlier, but this time he gets it. 5 plays, 35 yards. Quick has 5 catches, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And Quick caught a pass against the guy that he respects more than any other corner in the National Football League, and that is Mike Haynes.
A lot of people respect him, Coach.
You're right.
Here's McFadden kicking off. Devon Adams going to bring it out. And he's not going to get very far to the 19. But it was 13-10 at half in favor of the Eagles. So we stand right now with a 3-point game in favor of Philadelphia. Line of scrimmage just short of the 20 for Jim Plunkett. Plunkett with some pressure, hit from the backside. Wide open is Hester. Touchdown. 80 yards.
Watch again, good pass protection this time. He throws the ball, he gets hit right at the time by Reggie White. He gets rid of the football, but look at this, right down the middle, nobody close. I don't know what happened on the coverage that time, Gary. You know, the one thing about the Eagles, they gamble an awful lot, and a lot of times they have man-for-man coverage without anybody in the hole to protect that. Why that time there was nobody to help in the middle, and as a result, he outran everybody. The ball was right on the money. Touchdown, the Raiders.
They gambled and lost. Chris Barr, point after attempt. 24-20 now in favor of the Raiders. The big plays continue. What an interesting football game we have here in the Coliseum. Only 28 seconds expiring off of the game clock. Cunningham to Quick, and this guy Hester just caught one. They now officially say it's 81 yards, the longest touchdown of the year for the Los Angeles Raiders. And Hester for the game has 3 catches for 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. He and Quick are having a kind of a one-on-one battle right now, trying to best each other.
Al Davis had to be all smiles up there in the press box. He loves those big plays.
Bringing it out now, the Eagles, out to the 20-yard line. That was Charles Crawford, the rookie, and here comes Quick. We mentioned the game that Jesse Hester's having, and Mike Quick, look at his stats. 5 for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and bang, bang, it's back to a 4-point lead for the Raiders. Seesaw affair. Seems though they have one-upsmanship going into this football game. Who can have a bigger play than the other? And Atlanta with 20 points in their game, and that's got to be very pleasing to Dan Henning's team. Here we go again from the 20. Cunningham scrambling out of there. Goes down. Doesn't get back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll be registered as a sack by Howie Long, the 6th sack of the day for the Raiders. Now, we talked about Quick and Hester. Let's put them alongside each other to show you what they've done thus far. Have they impacted this game or what? And we knew it. Quick 5 for 100, 2 touchdowns. Hester 3 for 180 and 2 touchdowns.
They're both like the Concorde.
An airplane, they can fly, huh?
Yep. A couple of flyers.
Second down now. 12 yards to go. Cunningham, good protection. Throwing it off to the far side. Nothing developing on that play. Byers is grounded instantaneously by Jerry Robinson. Robinson runs so well for a linebacker.
Oh, he really does, and he understands now the scheme of things here. They used to be involved in so much zone. Now he's in man-for-man, and he likes to challenge a man-for-man coverage. Now he's got some time in the pocket. He starts to cave in. Jones on an outside, and there's Robinson making a very good outside one-on-one in the open field tackle. Jerry Robinson, number 57.
They acquired him last year from Philadelphia for a number 2 draft pick, which they used to select Alonzo Johnson this year. Robinson, a 3-time All-American at UCLA. They retired his jersey. Third down now, 13.
4-man line this time.
Cunningham, he's got running room. Here he goes. 25 and hit hard. He lunged forward, and it's going to be very close to see whether he got that first down. Greg Townsend hit him. He tried to stretch that 6'4" frame far enough up the field. I don't know if he got it or not.
You know, they had a stunt on that time. Piquel was going to the outside. Stacy, look at this. Stacy Turan is blitzing on the play. But look at this. They're supposed to have a cop on him. Somebody locking in on him all the time. I don't know who the guy is or where he's been all afternoon, but he hasn't done a very good job. He takes off and runs and makes the necessary yardage. It's close to the first down.
Yeah, they call that a spy sometimes, don't they? You call it a cop, but a spy who will stay there. He did get it, and that 6'4" frame paid off.
Well, the Raiders call it a lock. We're going to put a lock on somebody. Yeah, used to an awful lot back in the days of the American Football League.
That's a good point, Hank.
That's the way it used to be, with the one-on-one challenge and up and down the field.
Interesting. Cunningham in trouble. Down he goes. Another sack. It's Piquel again. 7 sacks. You can see why they give up so many, because Cunningham always running around back there trying to get some advantage by doing that. Goes down again. So you add what, 7 onto the 45 they had coming into this game. They may have the NFL leadership after this day is over. They came in 3rd before the start of the day. 34 sacks in the last 4 games. That's the 80th sack of the year Philadelphia has given up. They're adding to their record record. The old record was 70 for a season. That was set by the Atlanta Falcons. That was broken last week by this Philadelphia team. Second down, 18 yards to go. Cunningham, and you know what? The tight end Little did not see the football. Hankey was still making his move when the ball arrived.
It didn't look like he got his head around quickly enough. The heaviest part of the body is the head, and if that doesn't come around, nothing comes around. Here you see it. He throws the ball right. It didn't look, and the other thing, I think it hit his shoulder pads and bounced right out of there.
Little, the backup tight end, he started the first 3 games for the Eagles in place of John Spagnola. Spagnola has reclaimed that spot, and Little dropping a wide open pass makes it 3rd and 18.
And the Raiders come in with 5 and 6 backs on occasions. They call their 6 backs package. They call that bandit. 5 backs are pirate. 7 backs are outlaw, and 8 is desperado.
That's intimidating.
Yep.
3rd and 18. The protection is there. Cunningham, bad pass, but it's deflected for the completion. It's going to be short of the first down, though. Quick made the catch on the deflection. That ball was really thrown poorly. Cunningham way off target, but the Eagles come out of there with a gain.
Watch this now. Comes down to the inside, and watch the ball hit. 57, Jerry Robinson, and deflected and caught by Mike Quick, number 82.
4th down, they're going to have to punt.
Here again, there's a great illustration. Hits the pad. Watch it hits the shoulder pad. Watch this. Boom! Bounces right out of there. Hit the shoulder pads and bounced right out of there like it hit a brick wall.
That could have been a costly interception. Instead, the game brings up 4th and 3. Telchik to punt. Bolton Walker coming up, makes the fair catch, almost fumbled it, did, comes up with it at the 30-yard line. The Raiders will have it there. 34-yard punt, no return. The NFC East standings are Okie Williams in motion. Marcus Allen having a tough time hanging on that ball as they're tackling the football. Gets out to the 33-yard line, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. There's the first half for Jim Plunkett. You remember we talked about the ability to forget, Hank? Well, I think he's done that very well. Look at the second half.
Yeah, he's got a big eraser. He really does. He scratches it out of his mind in a hurry. And you know, in the first downs of the first half, the Raiders were 2 point per try. In the second half, 43.7.
I bet Plunkett's been told a lot of things, but he didn't know he had a big eraser. 2nd down, 7. He's in trouble. And they're going to get it in the grasp. He just could not shake loose from Reggie White. 5 sacks for the Eagles, and Reggie White has been tenacious, like a bulldog in there.
You can't say enough nice things about the way he's played this afternoon and all season long. You're talking about a big, gregarious guy who loves to play and loves to rush. He's intimidating as can be, and really has tremendous rushing ability. Great talent. And he plays a run well, too.
A licensed minister. They called him the Minister of Defense when he played at Tennessee. And you mentioned how he does those imitations. As you said, a very, very great guy to be around and to visit with. 3rd down, 13 yards to go. Looks like we have offside against the Eagles. They're going to stop this one. Greg Brown. Now some pushing and shoving going on. Strahan is in there, number 39. Andre Waters, number 20. That Waters is a battle. A lot of time. I think Flores was indicating that, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Well, no, they got the snap off. Or did they? That's what Flores wanted. He just wanted to expire the remaining time in the 3rd quarter. They have a 4-point lead, 24-20, as Don Mosbar over the center to snap it to Jim Plunkett. Line of scrimmage, the 31. Plunkett with all kinds of time and delivers on target for the first down to Jesse Hester. Hester out to the 45. We're at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum beginning quarter number 4 in this wide open football game. The Raiders with a 24-20 lead with 14:40 remaining in it. I'm Gary Bender along with Hank Stram, and it's been a game of home runs. For those of you back in Philadelphia, you haven't seen this many home runs since Mike Schmidt, the MVP in the National League, struck a few for the Philadelphia Phillies. It's just been that kind of day. If you like big plays, this is your cup of tea. From the 45 now, first down. Plunkett going deep. Some bumping going on between Cooper and Hester. No penalty flag.
Looks like they were both trying desperately to make a play, and they bumped into each other inadvertently. No penalty on the play. Evan Cooper squeaking a little bit on the play. Watch the ball. There's one-on-one coverage. And they tangle, their feet tangle a little bit. It looks like Hester trying to make the play, and they both collide and go to the turf. No penalty on the play.
Think Cooper's going to have nightmares tonight? How many times has he been going back trying to chase number 84?
Well, it isn't an indication that he's so bad. He's a very fine corner. They have so much respect for Roynell Young on the other side. They give all the business to the young guy on the right side, Evan Cooper. Boy,
Allen just can't go anywhere. He has been hemmed in all day long. This is Andre Waters up to make the stop. It'll be a loss on the play. It'll bring up a third down. When leading after 3 quarters, the Raiders are 37-4. We talked about how tough they are down the stretch. Well, they're tough in the 4th quarter too.
Well, and the Eagles are tough to run against. They've given up 129 yards a game rushing, and on the other side of the football, the Raiders are even tougher defensively. They've only given up 95 yards per game rushing.
Line of scrimmage now, the 43-yard line. 3rd down, 12 yards to go. Last 4 passes that Plunkett has thrown, they've gone to Jesse Hester, and with good result. Plunkett looking. Christensen, he can't hang on. Is it going to be ruled incomplete or a fumble? They're going to rule the ball is Philadelphia's. It was ruled a completion and a fumble recovery, and we have people running all over the football field. The Eagles would get it at the 41. Christensen took a real shot at the point he caught the football.
And it looked like Terry Hogue that time really gave him a shot, number 34. Let's see what happens here. Watch Hogue, 34, on Todd Christensen. He makes the catch, and watch him get the shot here. Oh, no, here it is. It's Evan Cooper, and then Terry Hogue comes in from the backside to clean up a little bit. The ball bounces loose.
And that's Hogue that got on the football.
Yep.
That's only his 2nd catch of the day. Christensen needed 4 to get to 80 for the day.
See, they're keeping both backs in. It's a high catch. He gets jarred. The ball pops out of there, and Terry Hogue recovers the fumble, and now it's the Eagles, 1st and 10.
Christensen was coming off of a game where he caught 11 passes for 175. He's had only 2 catches today, and of course, this last one, a fumble, setting it up the 41-yard line. That, by the way, Hank, in a game as big as this has been, as far as the big plays, is the first turnover.
Yeah, and the other thing that's interesting to watch, let's take a look at it again. Watch Christensen over the top. He's in the process of putting the ball away, and right about that time he gets hit by number 21, Evan Cooper, and then Terry Hogue falls on the loose ball, and it's Philadelphia ball, 1st and 10.
Well, now, wait a minute. We're having another replay.
Yeah, they're having a replay now on it, deciding whether or not the ball was dead or what the situation.
Stands is called. 1st down.
Yep. Stays the same.
Overruled. So the officials have been substantiated on each occasion. Back to throw Cunningham, and it's dropped. Spagnola can't hang on. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down. Here we go, 2nd down 10. Cunningham rolling out, buying some time, and throws it complete, and that's Little, Dave Little. After Spagnola dropped the ball, Little comes in. He latches onto this one, and it's a 26-yard gain.
And that's one of the
and seesaw back and forth. After that 26-yard completion, the Eagles have it 1st down at the 33 of Los Angeles. Cunningham, a little down and out pattern, completed to Michael Haddix, who's in the game for the first time. Number 26, their 1st-round draft pick in 1983.
They made a strategy switch here. Instead of throwing from the pocket like they've done most of the time, now they're moving a pocket. They rolled left one time, and now they roll to the right. And he had plenty of time to throw the ball and completed both passes on the run.
Cunningham did say, though, once his protection gets better, he would like to be a drop-back passer.
Well, he said the thing he liked best would be to throw play. Understandable, because you slow down the linebackers and have a much better chance to make big plays.
2nd and 7, 189 yards passing for Cunningham, trying to add to that, and he does. The catch by Quick to the 10, and he'll be dropped there. Good open field maneuvering that time. Mike Haynes stayed with him. But it's another 1st down for Philadelphia.
That done.
19-yard pickup. Quick now, 7 catches, 135 yards.
Well, now they got bump and run on both sides of the ball. Let's see if they go up on top for a play. Rolling again this time.
Rolling
there it
in
is.
The end zone. Touchdown, Quick.
There it is, on top. Big play.
Quick with his third touchdown catch of the day.
And it looked like that time.
McFadden point after on the way. It's good. It's 27-24. Quick now with 8 catches, 145 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Eagles have the lead.
Hayes, 37, who's one of the best in the business, and they get another touchdown.
Interestingly, on that last drive, Hank, Cunningham was 4 of 5 for 58 yards. Engineered it so effectively. Boy, they're a handful right now.
They are. They're getting confidence, more and more confidence as they go along.
Stephon Adams dropped as he comes across the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now some more pushing and shoving going on. Speaking of protection, that reminds me, we got some guys who the protection of our country is in very good hands of, and that's Army-Navy, which will be coming up next Saturday, and we'll be talking more about that. First down now. Steve Strahan is checked in at fullback for the Raiders. Plunkett on his back foot throwing, and that's going to be intercepted. Evan Cooper's got it, number 21. He's been picked on all day. There's a penalty flag as Cooper makes it to the 30, still on his feet to the 20-yard line. That's got to give Cooper some satisfaction after all that's been going on.
Yeah, it wasn't anything he did defensively. He just threw in the ball. He was the only guy open on the pattern.
We have a personal foul against Philadelphia. Well, that's right. I don't know what Plunkett was throwing to or who he was throwing to on that play.
He never looked to the outside at all that time. Gary, the receiver on the left side was wide open on an outside move, and he threw the ball deep downfield, and it looked like the receiver might have pulled up lame, and I can't tell who it was. I think it was
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 43, after the interception. 15 yards, first down.
Boy, Nell Young is guilty of that 15-yard penalty. Buddy Ryan wants to know why.
Jesse Hester was a guy running the pattern. Looked like he pulled up lame on the play. Looked like he pulled a muscle.
There's Young coming off in disbelief. I did not see the personal foul. But anyway, the Eagles will have the football. They're just going to have a 15-yard. That's a major difference in this game. They had the ball clear down inside the 30-yard line. We'll try to get a further status on this man who pulled up. Could just be a cramp, but whatever it was, it precipitated the turnover. And so now the line of scrimmage will be set up at the 27-yard line. The Eagles still have the ball, but not with the field position they wanted. Cunningham over the middle, Spagnola the tight end. He'll drag somebody with him. He gets to the 35-yard line. He's 6'4", 240 pounds. 3 yards to go. Cunningham now has hit his last 5 passes. Fires straight ahead to the 37. Plunkett with 252 yards passing, which brings us to this stage of the game at the 37-yard line. 3rd down and a yard to go.
You might see him roll out here. He's done that in the past, trying to get the first down himself. Let's see what he does. No, he gives it to the fullback. Oh, and he pops through there for the yardage.
He being Tony, and Tony to the 41-yard line. For those of you who are expecting to see 60 minutes at this particular stage of the day, it will be following this game except on the Pacific and Mountain time zones. This game running a little bit long as we've had so many scoring plays. As the Eagles now keep the football, they have a first down out across the 40-yard line. As Buddy Ryan's team, who's lost 4 straight by a total of 12 points, are in a real shootout here in the West. The Wild and Woolly West, as they have matched the Raiders who desperately need to win to stay in the division chase in the AFC West. First down from the 41, Byers. He did not start the game, but now seeing some playing time. The rookie from Ohio State up to about the 43-yard line. Stacy Toran, number 30, the strong safety, over to make the stop. 8:43 left in this football game. There's Frank Hawkins, the starting fullback for the Raiders, who has a sprained ankle. He will not return, quite obviously. Moments ago, Hester pulled up lame, the wide receiver for the Raiders. At the 44 now. 2nd down, 7 yards to go.
Well, they talked about Hawkins being hurt the other day.
There's Cunningham. And he's got his man. It's Kenny Jackson, and Jackson out to the 35-yard line, another first down. Hank, I get the feeling the Eagles have come of age today. There's been some good things happen, but this is quite a day for Randall Cunningham.
You know, going into the game, it was amazing how optimistic they were about playing the Raiders. You know, they said, listen, this is the same kind of a team we are. We're a tough team. We want to prove how tough we are. And they proved that toughness this afternoon, and they're getting more and more confidence as the game progresses.
The Eagles came in here. They'd lost so many close games, said this is going to be fun, and they approached it that way, and it has been fun for them.
Well, so far it's been fun. If they lose a game, it's got to be fun, but they're in a good position to continue to do well from here on in.
From the 35, first down now for Philadelphia. Cunningham over the middle. He hits the tight end Spagnola, and Spagnola drags tacklers for a first down to the 22. They've made adjustments, though, Hank. Cunningham doing things differently in this second half.
Well, I think you have to give Ted Plum and the coaches on the sideline a lot of credit because they've changed their personality a little bit in the second half. They're moving.
Cunningham now has hit 7 passes in a row. For the game, he's 19 of 32, 258 yards. First down. Myers goes in motion. Cunningham rolling that way. Greg Townsend chasing from the blind side. He got a piece of him. And he'll go down at about the 16-yard line. Townsend, who's their designated pass rusher, coming from the back. Job done, and boy, what a hallmark this is for this team.
Well, we've seen him on different occasions during the course of the year, and every time we see him, he looks better and better than the last time we saw him. He's certainly very impressive in this game this afternoon.
In this quarter, he's 7 of 8 for 98 yards. We're going to have a delay of game, however. They didn't get the ball snapped in time. Times today, they've had some big plays.
They certainly have. You have to give them a lot of credit for hanging in there like they have.
After the penalty now, it's second down. About 9.5 to go. Now, look out. That's Toran, number 30, grounds him. That now is 7 sacks, 8 sacks on the day now for the Los Angeles Raiders.
He rolled right into the strength of the defense that time. Everybody was faded, talking about blocking assignments except the strong safety. Stacy Toran, number 30, was blitzing on the play. Nobody there to block him, and he makes the sack.
You know, they said this week in the release by the Eagles that they would lead the National Football League and the Horseshoe League because they've been so close. Look at this. 3 losses, 3 losses, 3 losses, 3 points, 3 points, 2 points, 4 points, the biggest margin of victory.
Plus the fact, I think Gary, it confirms the fact, you know, we've said so many times that the teams in the league will win or lose 5 to 7 games with the kicking game, and there's a great demonstration of how many games the Eagles have lost this year.
3rd and 14. Cunningham broken up. Scrambling, but it's a dead ball. And it's going to bring up 4th down now for Philadelphia. Let's see if we can pick up who batted this one down.
Bill Pacquiao, I think, was the one who blocked.
45-yard field goal attempt by McFadden.
And he's missed 5 in a row from this distance in the past.
McFadden's kick is on the way. It's no good. McFadden was 2 of 7 outside the 40. McFadden misses from 45 yards. They trail by 3 on first down. Plunkett to throw over the middle. Marcus Allen, 50, 45, and knocked out of bounds at the 40. Roynell Young eventually caught up, a 36-yard gain.
Marcus Allen coming out of the backfield, which is something he does so well. There you see him. And he's on a linebacker, number 55, Reichenbach, in hot pursuit. Can't catch him, finally knocks him out of bounds. But a big play for the Raiders. Man-for-man coverage with Marcus Allen on the linebacker, Reichenbach, number 55.
You talk about a big play. Remember that point after it was blocked way back in the first quarter? Looks awfully big right now, doesn't it?
It really does.
Here's Plunkett back down, another first down. This one short of the mark. Trying to come back to the football. To no avail was Barksdale. He's in there now. It's Hester evidently not able to continue. But way back with 3 minutes to go in this first quarter, after the Eagles had taken a 13-7 lead, Matt Millen blocked a point after attempt by McFadden. So instead of leading by 4 and making the Raiders have to score a touchdown to win, McFadden now hoping that that isn't going to be a big difference in this game, as the Raiders could tie it up, of course, with a field goal after that missed point after. On a second down, Plunkett on target again. This time, Napoleon McCallum coming in for the first time. The rookie making the catch, has the first down inside the 25-yard line.
You know, the Raiders do a great job of putting people in, young people in, and giving them playing time to maintain their interest and enthusiasm and confidence. They take him in. They like to get him in for 10 or 12 plays during the course of the contest, and they got him in there right now. He's a very fine receiver.
Plunkett now has gone over 300 yards, and that's the 10th time in his career he's done that. Line of scrimmage to 24.
And they're playing off now. They're not playing as much man-for-man coverage, and now they're throwing in front.
There's Barksdale. He had it, and then it was taken away by number 20, Andre Waters. I think he had it for a moment. Anyway, the Eagles come up with it, stripped by Andre Waters, and the Raiders' opportunity comes to a grinding halt at the 20-yard line. Let's look at this, Hank.
I don't know whether did it bounce off of him and he catch it or what. Let's see what happens. There.
It just bounced off.
It bounced off. That's what I thought happened. It bounced off of him, and Andre Waters sucked it right up like he had a big vacuum sweeper over there.
So the interception.
There it is. He doesn't have control of it while it's in the air. Waters gets the ricochet and makes the interception.
Well, Barksdale, who did not play collegiate football at Arizona, he was a track performer there. Not able to hang on, and so that injury to Hester may have hurt this football team. They might have wanted him on that crucial drive. There's Waters. Buddy Ryan likes him. He says he checked into shape, and he showed me he was a hitter earlier in the year. Here's Byers protecting the football out to the 25-yard line. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. 2:45 left in the game. Line of scrimmage to 25, second down, still 6, almost 7 yards to go. Again, for those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, this game has been running long. We'll be joining that as soon as possible, except for those of you in the Pacific and Mountain time zones. Tom Flores, his team, if they're going to have chances of winning this AFC West, needs a victory somehow today. They trailed the Broncos by a game coming into today's action. There's a penalty flag.
You know, the unusual thing about this game, Howie Long has not been mentioned. We haven't had occasion to mention him in the entire game. Number 75.
False start, number 62 offense. 5 yards, still second down.
That's Nick Hayden, who is a former Raider. He was a 7th-round draft pick a year ago. Well, you know, I think, Hank, it shows you when you're out for 2 games with an injury, you just don't pick up where you left off.
Yeah, the great player that he is, you're right. You miss a couple, and it's hard to get back in the rhythm and the groove of things.
There's Hayden, another one of those Penn Staters who are seeing action today. 1 of 3 for the Eagles. Look at this. Denver now winning, so that puts even more pressure on the Raiders. We're going to be back. 2 minutes, 8 seconds left to go. Brent, that's what we were just thinking. They have, even though they were trailing everybody in the NFC East except St. Louis, they have certainly won some friends and some followers here today. What a job they've done. Second down now, 11. Cunningham, as Los Angeles using their first timeout a while ago, trying to hit quick. That'll stop the clock. And with 2:02, they'll run another play, then go the 2-minute warning, and the Raiders are in pretty good shape right here.
Yeah, they really are. And that time they moved the pocket again to escape all the pressure from the inside. They had a 4-man rush that time, try to get more pressure on the quarterback. But in spite of that, he threw the ball, but he had to throw it before he really wanted to, and it falls incomplete. And the worst thing about it is he stopped the clock.
That's exactly right. It's third down. The Raiders now have 2 timeouts left. They're going to get another stoppage of the clock.
They still have 3 timeouts left. That's what happens.
That's right, counting the 2-minute warning.
Right.
Here we go. Third down, 11 now for Philadelphia. Pressure coming. Cunningham scrambling out of there. And he's got his man. It's Tony. And Tony has a first down catch. And they may have slammed the door in the face of the Raiders. Well, 30-yard pickup.
I tell you, the scheme to mirror Cunningham has not been effective at all today because they haven't done a very good job of what they said they thought they had to do. They didn't do that this afternoon. That's why they're in trouble, and you have to give Cunningham and the Eagles a lot of credit.
Southern California, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Just moments ago, the Eagles on a third down and 11 come up with a 30-yard pass completion. We've just completed the 2-minute warning, and this man, Randall Cunningham, has been nothing short of sensational. Eagles have it at their own 49. I'm Gary Bender along with Hank Stram, as Cunningham will step up almost like a quarterback draw. Now throws it, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Lester Hayes. the first question is, why throw that football?
Boy, you talk about an incredible play. Look at this. He's in the pocket. It caves in. He takes off and runs, throws the ball on the run, and the ball is right on the money. It's right on the money, except it bobbles out of his hands, and Lester Hayes comes up with the interception. Boy, what a great shot. Great interception. And this is where the Raiders, this is where they shine. Let's see if they can get it done here in the last minute and 43 seconds.
And he pulls even with Willie Brown, the all-time interception leader for the Raiders, the Hall of Famer. Plunkett back on first down over the middle. Todd Christensen's got it. Dropped it to 35. Hank, to go back to that play, they don't need to be threading the needle that tight when you're leading and you're trying to kill the remaining time.
It isn't the fact that they threw the ball, the fact that they didn't catch it. That was the problem. You can't fault them for the call. They're on the attack. They're trying to keep the ball away from the Raiders. They just dropped the football, and now the Raiders are already getting close to field goal situation.
They trail by 3. Plunkett throwing again. Barksdale makes the catch, goes out of bounds, stops the clock with 1:11.
And this is a situation they love to be in, talking about the Raiders. They say somehow, some way, we're going to win the game. Let's see if this will happen in the waning minutes of this game.
Well, you haven't had the great success they've had with not finding ways to win in pressure-packed situations. If they win today, they will ensure their 21st winning year in 22 years. That shows you the kind of organization the Raiders have. Buddy Ryan. How disappointed he's got to be right now. Second down, a yard to go.
Well, it's not over yet.
Plunkett, wide open. No, it's incomplete. Dokie Williams could not hang on.
Look at this on Roynell Young. Watch this now. He takes him. He's inside to begin with. He gets him turned, and look at him break to the outside into the corner area. He's wide open. Made a beautiful move, and the ball is too far out in front. He should have still had the ball.
Ooh, boy, that'd have been a great catch, though, if he'd had this one.
Yeah, but he had his hands on it, and had he been able to pull it in, it would have been a sensational catch. But those are the kind of catches they make.
Third down in the yard. They got to get that first down now, and they do. And now the Raiders going to ask for a timeout, and that will leave them with 1 as they're at the 24. A little excitement here. There's been excitement everywhere. Let's check with it. Here's Brent Musburger. Thank you for catching us up to date. Let's catch you up to date here now. 59 seconds left. The Raiders have 1 timeout remaining. They did get the first down on that last carry. They're at the Philadelphia 24-yard line. 27-24. Philadelphia the lead. New England, Denver winning today. Cleveland winning. The Jets losing. Boy, is it tight. Too close to call. And here we go. First down.
Well, they got Elmer Fowles over there one-on-one on the left side. They run a draw play.
And Marcus Allen has the football. Makes it to the 17-yard line. They'll have to save that timeout to try to set up the field goal team if they don't get something going here. Hogue and Joyner make the stop. Now they've stopped the clock with 51 seconds. Why is the clock not running?
I think the Raiders.
Philadelphia called for the timeout, Hank.
Boy, that's unbelievable, isn't it?
That's just got to be a mistake. That is an absolute mistake. Well, what we have is a second down and about 5 yards to go. The Raiders have 1 precious timeout left. The Eagles using their first of the second half. And this man, Chris Barr, who was so excited Saturday after being told he had won or had passed the bar to practice law here, right now may have the biggest play of the game coming up.
I think they got plenty of time to take a couple of shots. One, I would try to get the ball to the guy they don't expect to get it, and that's Todd Christensen. If he can get a one-on-one situation, it'd be a good chance for a big play to him or Marcus Allen, one of the two. Let's see what they choose to do on these last couple of plays. Not all will be contingent on what kind of coverage they get. If they get bump and run, they might have tried to do something on top. in this short area, but if they don't, they might try to go to the tight end or Marcus Allen one-on-one.
The Eagles calling that timeout. They're such a young team. They have 15 rookies and first-year players, 5 of whom are starting. Here we go, second down.
Boy, Todd Christensen got a great situation there if they get the...
Looked to me like Marcus Allen might have moved in the backfield. Here they go to Allen, and Allen inside the 10, dropped at the 9-yard line. He may have come to a stop, though, before that ball was snapped. Time running down now with 37 seconds. First down, first and goal at the 9.
Still think they ought to try to get the ball to Todd Christensen here. They've got a lot of room in that area.
Here's Plunkett, just getting rid of it. Stopping it with 23 seconds. Barksdale closest to the football. Well, I tell you right now, the Raiders have a chance, Hank, to go into their second overtime game in as many games. The last time out, it was on a Thursday night. They had to go to overtime against the Chargers. But right now, this guy's thinking a win, not a tie.
Yeah, they got plenty of time yet. 23 seconds. Plenty of time down in here.
Just inside the 9-yard line. You see the time left and the timeouts remaining. That's Barksdale in motion. Plunkett. Again, no connection to Barksdale.
They're covering Todd Christensen with a linebacker. Gary Cobb was covering on the last play, and I'm surprised they don't try to do a little business to him.
Well, it comes to a third down. When you're a coach and you got a kicker walking around like that, Hank, do you say anything to him or you just leave him alone?
Yeah, you really don't want to disturb him. You really, you just let him. He knows what he has to do. He knows the importance of it. You talk to him, you might put too much pressure on him.
Here we go. Third down from the 8.
Boy, look at Todd Christensen one-on-one on the outside. No, he's going to keep him in.
Plunkett under some pressure. And he had to get rid of it, and we're going to come to a field goal attempt to try to send this one into overtime. Chris Barr will come in. Coming into this game, he had hit 17 of 23. This is going to be a 26-yard attempt. Oh, his kick is on the way, and we're all even.
Ball to make sure he doesn't get a return. Puts it deep.
This is Charles Crawford, the rookie from Oklahoma State, and he's hanging on for dear life. Brings it out to the 20-yard line with 4 seconds left.
It's the history of the franchise.
Got to win those close ones, right?
You bet.
We're 4 seconds away from overtime. Cunningham with a last gasp effort to try to keep this from going to overtime. And it's broken up. And we're headed to overtime.
I'll tell you, I like the way the Eagles have played this game. And it winds up the same way it started.
Mike,
Zip, zip.
Call it louder than you did the last time because I won't be able to hear it, but call it in the air. Head. He called the head. And it is a head. Which way you want to kick it? Stand there, please. Over there. Wait a minute. Make up. Get over there, Henry. Philadelphia won the toss and will receive.
Okay, we're going to be back to begin the 15-minute overtime as they battle to a 27-point today. They had a game lead on them headed into the afternoon's action. And with only 3 games left after today, it's not going to give them a lot of catch-up time because they'll not play each other the remaining regular season. The Raiders do have a favorable schedule as opposed to the Broncos the remaining 3 weeks, but they got to get by this one to get into that position. And here's the guy that just tied it up. with a 26-yard field goal. Chris Barr. Second overtime of the year for both these clubs. Crawford will bring it out to the 20. Charles Crawford out to the 25-yard line. To look ahead to the Los Angeles Raiders' remaining schedule, they have two of them at home. They go to Seattle, who has really rebounded, as you saw on Thanksgiving Day against Dallas. But then they have Kansas City here, and then the winless Colts. Denver, on the other hand, has a more difficult road to hoe, no question about it. They also play Seattle at Seattle. They're at Kansas City, and then you know how Washington's rolling right now. The Redskins on December 13th. At the 24 now. The Eagles in this overtime game will start the series.
They're in a double tight offense with double receivers on the outside, hoping for man coverage.
Here is Tony, who made that big catch that looked like it was going to slam the door in the Raiders' face, only to later have an interception. And that stop is made after a gain just across the 25-yard line. It'll bring up second down and still 7 yards to go.
The Raiders expressed their concern and respect for the way they're playing offensively. Talking about Philadelphia, they played a double zone that time against a formation that normally they would play man for man.
Line of scrimmage will be the 26. Second down, 7 yards to go.
Here's an opportunity on the left side.
Keith Myers, who's played a lot in this fourth quarter, it bent backwards that time. That's Jerry Robinson, number 57. He didn't play with Byers when he was in Philadelphia, but he's played against a lot of these guys, and he bent him backwards, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5.
See, that's a mistake in my mind, because, you know, if you don't get the first down here, you get to kick the ball away, the game could be over. They had an opportunity for a big play that time. They had one-on-one coverage, and they did not take advantage of the opportunity.
Hank, I've learned from you, you got to keep your personality going, and their personality has not been to play it that close to the vest.
No, that's right, and especially when you get an opportunity, you got to take advantage of it, and they didn't on the last play. Now they got it again on the both outside receivers. Let's see if they try to go up on top. They're rolling right.
Cunningham buying some time. Somehow gets out of there, but he's not going to get the first down. Bill Pickell is there. Sean Jones is there. Boy, Hank, that's a very good point. Sometimes when you get under some pressure situations, especially overtime, you go back to some things that you weren't doing.
Well, you see, when you have 1-for-1 outside coverage, then, you know, you don't have to do anything fancy. Just go back in the pocket, throw the ball up on top. Don't try to move the pocket in that situation. That's what they tried to do. By the time they got there, the stadium fell in. Now they're in a punting situation, and it could mean the game for them.
That's the 9th sack of the game now for the Raiders.
And the Raiders are not going to try to block the kick. They don't want to take a chance of roughing the kicker. They'll just let him kick it.
Telchik hitting it to Fulton Walker. Walker inside the 25 of Los Angeles, fumbled the ball, but he got on it. And so the Raiders will have it now at the 25, 48-yard punt. That's where Los Angeles will start this overtime drive. Jim Plunkett with 339 yards passing, and still his team is all even at 27. Christensen, but getting there at the right time was Andre Waters. Waters has been flying all over the football field.
Well, that time again, they changed their coverage that time. They were in zone coverage, and by the time the ball got there, why, Andre Waters reacted extremely well. Watch it now. Look at Waters on the line of scrimmage almost, and he runs right out of there to help. The ball's in the air. He sees it fly. Look at him come now. Look at him come. Makes a play and almost intercepted the pass. But that time they were in zone, and I think they expected man-for-man coverage.
Waters has 5 interceptions this year. Second down now, 10 from the 25.
Waters now coming inside like he's going to blitz.
He is.
There he does.
They picked it up, though. Here's Marcus Allen then trying to slant outside, bounces off of people, and he gets across the 30 to the 31, the 4 yards short of the first down. Elbert fouls over to make the stop, number 29. Again, for those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, it will follow after the conclusion of this game, except, of course, in the Pacific and Mountain time zones. Of course, if we battle through 15 minutes of this game and it doesn't change, we end up even, that's the way it ends. And that's happened this year. Atlanta and San Francisco earlier. Allen now has carried the ball 22 times for 54 yards.
And Buddy Ryan said we got to hold him under 100 yards. They've done a great job of that.
Third down, 4. Plunkett over the middle, overthrown. Trying to get Dokie Williams, make that Barksdale open over the corner and through the middle, and it just didn't develop.
And there's another great illustration of what happens when you have
Guy hit it very high. Garrity having trouble. And he comes down with a 21. He looked like an outfielder, had lost the ball.
Did you see the way he caught the ball to win his hands? He's got terrific hands, and I tell you, you talk about feeling comfortable with a guy catching punch. He's terrific.
What a punt, 48 yards and very high. Next, from the 21 now, the Eagles have the ball for the second time in overtime.
They've got a double zone now. This time they're going to throw the ball. They're going inside.
Here's Tony, and Tony getting some pretty good yardage this time. Brings it out across the 25 to the 27-yard line, where it'll bring up a second down.
And as a result, if you do run up the middle and hit one, there's nobody there to make the tackle until after he makes a big game.
Mishandled snap. That's the third time it's happened in this game, and Cunningham, for the third time, gets on the football. Would have been a disaster for Philadelphia. And Hank, they've got to work that problem out where they stay out here on the West Coast and get ready for next week's game.
It's hard to understand how that can happen this late in the season. I say that so many times, but it did, and it does.
So it's going to be third down now, 3. We have a new center in there, Bob Lansing, 65 that time. Earlier it was Matt Darwin who was having the difficulty. Lansing is a rookie out of Wisconsin.
And they like him very much. They think he's going to be a great prospect, and he's 6'4", 273.
From the 29-yard line now. Third and 3.
Here's the blitz.
Good protection that time. Tatalatasi, and he's got a first down catch to the 35. Jerry Robinson made the tackle. But Tatalatasi hanging on, and the Eagles have a first down. In the NFC, earlier today, we were updating some scores for you. Of course, all the other games being completed. The Bears clinching the NFC Central. Washington winning. They clinched a wild card spot. The Rams winning over the Jets. Giants will play Monday night, tomorrow night, against the 49ers, and Dallas on the edge. Who do you like in that, Hank?
Oh, I think right now, I think the Washington Redskins are the best team of the bunch.
From the 35 now, first down. Cunningham to Tatalatasi. And he's not going to quite make it to the 40-yard line before he's shoved back. Eagles play St. Louis next week. And I would think the Cardinals, if they're seeing this game today, got to be concerned about the offense that Philadelphia's been throwing at this Raider football team.
Well, Cunningham, you know, just drives you bananas, trying to keep him in the pocket, keep him contained, and worried about who's going to stop him and who's going to mirror him and who's going to be the cop. And each week we talk to people who are going to do that, and none of them do a very good job.
Cunningham is 2 yards short now of a 300-yard passing day. Second down and 7. Cunningham in trouble. He fumbles the ball. And Howie Long's got it. Well, he comes up with a big play. He hasn't had a great game, but he's got a big play here.
There he is in the pocket. Robinson blitzing from the outside. Pressure in the inside. The ball is knocked out of his hands. And watch Howie Long gather up the bouncing ball and wind up with a fumble recovery.
I think it was Pickle behind that looked like he might have gotten a hand on it.
It looked like it was 71, Bill Pickell.
And so Long comes up with it, and they set it up at the 42 of Philadelphia. Strahan in the backfield with Marcus Allen. Plunkett, he couldn't even see the receiver that time. Pressure coming.
Gary Cobb blitzing on the play. And the big thing, you know, a lot of people say if you don't get a sack, it's not effective, but it is, because the important thing is you don't get a chance for the quarterback. There you see Cobb making the play and knocking the ball down. He's covering the tight end man for man.
That's right. They had Reichenbach coming up the middle, Cobb dropping off. Second down, 10. 10:05 to go in this overtime.
If you cave in the pocket and make the quarterback throw from that back foot, that's what you want to have happen.
Looks like Waters might be coming again on the blitz. Plunkett and Barksdale can't hang on. Albert Fowles was over defending on the play. Barksdale's dropped a couple he should have had.
It looked like he was getting ready to move before he actually maintained possession of the ball. He was so anxious to make the catch and get upfield that he didn't maintain the concentration that he should have, and the ball popped right out of there.
Again, Jesse Hester, who might be in on this series, pulled up lame earlier, hasn't returned to the game, so Barksdale has replaced him. Plunkett now has missed his last 6 attempts. There's Hester. Third down, 10. Loki Williams in motion. Plunkett in a lot of trouble, and he just got rid of that one. There's a penalty flag, however, way up the field at the 27-yard line. And Plunkett.
So that might be holding against the Eagles.
Plunkett thinks it's going against the Eagles.
It's hard to say. It is. Roynell Young, it looked like 43, got tangled up there, and I think that's who they call it on.
Holding defense, number 50.
Oh, 50.
5 yards, first down.
It's Gary Cobb.
Gary Cobb. He's probably trying to do a number on the tight end Christensen, and that's where he got caught holding. Let's see what happens if we got a shot at him.
Boy, that really takes the Raiders out of a hole. Now they have the first down.
Watch Cobb. You can see it in the picture. Got to be out here.
You saw him. He bumped Christensen, Hank, inside the 30-yard line.
There again. So he's playing man for man on the tight end.
First down now. This is Napoleon McCallum. He's going nowhere because Seth Joyner, 59, who's played such an outstanding game, over to make the stop for the Eagles. And so they're going to lose a yard on the play. Joyner played at Texas El Paso, didn't get a lot of recognition because they were not winning, and he's been a welcome addition as Barr, who tied this game up with 11 seconds to go in regulation, hoping they get a crack at a game-winning field goal. Line of scrimmage, now the 38, second down and 11. Started this day in a bright, sunshiny afternoon. It's dark now and the lights are on, and we still haven't decided the issue. Plunkett in trouble. There's Reggie White, number 92 there first. 6 sacks in the game by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Watch Reggie White, number 92, coming in the inside. And look at Gary Cobb blitzing on the outside, and the pocket caves in, and it's all over for Jim Plunkett.
What that also does, Hank, is it stops any kind of a field goal attempt right now.
That's right. It kicks them right out of the range for the field goal.
They're 3rd and 20 now. The ball back out to the 47.5-yard line. 10 sacks by the Raiders, 6 by the Eagles.
They got to come up with some kind of a 20, 25-yard play here to get into a field goal opportunity on this third down situation.
Reggie White with 4 sacks in the game. Plunkett, 3rd down 20, rolling up the field. And the catch is made. Marcus Allen. First down.
They came up with what exactly they had to do, come up with a 20, 25-yard play, and they got it. And can you imagine Plunkett going out of the pocket and throwing a beautiful strike on the move like he did? That looked like Cunningham.
He gets what he needs to get done, doesn't he?
He does. Somehow, some way, they're going to make it happen. Look at Marcus Allen coming out of the backfield and coming all the way across the field. They drop coverage on him. He's rolling to the right, puts the ball right on the numbers. Incredible. Roynell Young finally makes the tackle, number 43. Boy, what a play by Plunkett.
27-yard pickup to the 20-yard line. Allen has 5 catches for 91 yards. Here he comes again. And he's close to the 15-yard line. Second down coming up. Reichenbach, Waters make the stop for the Eagles. See, the scouting report on Plunkett is make him run and throw the ball. So what's he do? He runs and throws the ball right on target.
Sure, the plan was to flush him out of the pocket with some inside pressure, and that time they did exactly what they wanted to have done, and in spite of that, he still makes a great play.
From the 16 is where they're going to mark it. Second down, 6 yards to go. Of Philadelphia. Andre Waters. There's nobody close to him. Trying to catch up is Dokie Williams. Williams is back there. They throw a block on him. Waters to the 10, to the 5, to the 4. Unbelievable.
I'm going to tell you something. You never saw a greater individual effort than you saw that time by Dokie Williams, number 85, coming all over from the right side of the field, chased him all over to the left side, got a block, and in spite of that, still saved a would-be touchdown by making a tackle on about the 5-yard line. I tell you, it was incredible. Dokie Williams, number 85. Watch this fumble. He gets hit from the backside by Joyner, and watch now. There he goes down the sideline. And see if we can see
there he is.
Dokie Williams there. He gets tied up. He could have fallen down, but not so. Look at the way he gains on Waters and makes the saving tackle on about the 5-yard line. I tell you, it was a great effort by Dokie Williams, number 85.
That's an 81-yard return on the fumble. But Williams just overhauled Waters. You talk about difference in speed. Of course, Williams was a great track man at UCLA. Won the long jump. Didn't play that much football at UCLA. Was an All-American track performer, and there's Waters. Set it up. First and goal to the 4, and another big play, another home run, if you prefer. And there is Cunningham trying to sneak it closer. Talk about changing complexion of a football game, Coach. All of a sudden, they were trying to, at worst, settle for a field goal, and the ball goes 81 yards the other way. Amazing. At the 2 now. Second and goal there. We started with big plays, and we're going to conclude with a big one.
It's been a game of bombs. Big plays.
7 minutes left now in this overtime. Cunningham trying to take it in, and no indication. Waiting, touchdown.
For the touchdown.
They have the touchdown, and the Eagles have won it in overtime.